pursuit or love of sport, consider investing in the transformation of lives of SEU Fire student athletes. Success is garnered by graduations and championships. For more information on your involvement, visit seufire.com/Fire Club.
Ken Ingle, president of SCU. Honored to welcome our community, alumni, Fire Club members, friends, and Fire family to Victory Field. Whether you're here for the first time or a long-time supporter, thrilled you decided to spend your time with us. Hope you enjoy the game. Now let's get fired up.
Here's your
It
challenge.
says they're entitled to the field.
How many people in orange shirts get subs? Go. Seven people in orange shirts got subs. But what else did you see? Did you notice the ice cream truck change to a pizza truck? Did you notice the glasses? What about the man leaving a suspicious package next to the truck? Your next challenge? Be aware of your surroundings. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities. Fans, as you enjoy tonight's game, if you see something that doesn't seem quite right, say something. Fire Athletics takes pride in our efforts to foster a safe environment. Remember to stay alert and report any suspicious activity to security or game day personnel.
You can walk
In
out.
addition, there will be
And
no
after this read is
fireworks
done?
during or after tonight's game. However, there will be field access available after tonight's game. Thank you for your attention.
Good evening, Fire. Good evening. Good evening, Fire Nation. Welcome to the 10th year of Fire football. I'd like to thank those of you who have been here from the beginning. Thank you for your support. And for our new fans, we welcome you and we're excited for the next 10 years. Please turn your attention to the video screen.
When we started talking about football, it didn't feel real.
It was kind of like we were this Iowa college coming into university status. I wasn't there, and I had no desire to be a part of any kind of institution that wanted to have a football program just to add students to the school.
When we set out to do something, we're going to do it with excellence.
Captain's meeting at midfield with Sam Boyer, Augie Schmidt, along with Jonathan Pierce, and also out there as a captain right now for Southeastern University, the fourth member of that crew, number 23, Colin Thomas, one of the safeties. They're all meeting at midfield. Southeastern wearing the red jerseys.
It was my freshman year, so I was a part of the first ever recruiting class here. So I graduated high school in 2013, and we were part of the first crew on campus.
Yeah, freshman year. So 2013 was my first year.
Yeah, so the Bonnie Park boys are the original group. So first year in 2013, like there were no games. Like there was no stadium. That was all under construction when we first got here. So we had to figure out like, well, what are we gonna do as a team? Like we gotta practice and we gotta work out. So I mean, just about every single day for about a month or two, we would drive over to Bonnie Park, and coaches would put us through workouts that were basically designed to make people quit.
it was tough. We used to do all the weightlifting outside with water kids, the little sandbags, and 100-degree weather every day too. It was tough, but it made us who we are now.
But I remember after that first year, getting ready to step into 2014, which was our first year with some games on campus. Like we have a real schedule. Like, okay, football's gonna feel real now. Coach Bearfield kind of put it in our hands a little bit, where he's like, what do you guys want from this? Like what do you want this to look like? Do we have like a mantra or a code or something that we have that we can rely on that's gonna unify not just this team, but also the 2015 team and the 2016 team and the 2023 team that they can continue to rely on.
And they came up with the slogan,
Unshakable faith and unbreakable brotherhood.
Unshakable faith, unbreakable brotherhood.
That's kind of what we decided to land on because we felt like that was something that would be able to last a really long time around here.
What makes a brotherhood actually real, it's no matter what happens, these things will remain.
Block on the left side. Home run ball down the right side for Mac. Caught it to 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown Fire. Wow. Great toss.
Coach Bearfield did a tremendous job in building this program from scratch. I mean, it's amazing.
For the first touchdown at Victory Field.
For him to start this program and win so many games right off the bat. I want to make sure that we continue that trend. We want to win on and off the field and build a program that this university and everyone that's gone here or worked here can be proud of.
Scott Aronowitz, the referee, helping him up to his feet, and that's the final horn. The Southeastern University Fire have picked up their first win in program history with a 31-7 win over the Florida University Royals, and the Fire remain undefeated.
Please welcome Coach Keith Bearfield as he receives tonight's game ball from Southeastern University Executive Vice President Chris Owen. After attending Southeastern Bible College for a year, Keith wanted to be at a school with football, so he transferred to what is now Evangel University and joined the team. In 1989, he became head coach of that same Evangel football team, leading the program to 4 NAIA National Tournament appearances in 5 years. In 2007, he landed in Alva, Oklahoma, where he led Northwestern Oklahoma State University to 3 CSFL championships and 3 NAIA National Tournament appearances. After consulting with university administration on the concept of starting football, he joined SEU in 2012 as the first head coach in program history. He led the Fire to a 49-13 record in his 6 seasons at the helm, including 4 conference championships and 2 NAIA National Tournament appearances. We are thankful to Coach Bearfield for the work he did in building a program of unshakable faith and unbreakable brotherhood that considers the development of young men as its most important accomplishment, a value that lasts to this day. Please rise to your feet to honor Coach Bearfield and thank him for his service to Fire football at Southeastern University. This evening's prayer is being offered by Jonathan Pierce, the starting quarterback on SEU's inaugural football team in 2014. If you are able, please stand and join them in a word of prayer.
Let's pray. Dearly Father, Lord, we just love you, and we're so thankful for you and all that you bless us with. Lord, we just ask that you be with these athletes, these coaches, these trainers, all the officials here tonight. We just ask that you keep everybody safe, you keep your hand of protection over us. Lord, just let all their actions on the field tonight just be a form of worship to you. And Lord, we're just so thankful for unshakable faith and unbreakable brotherhood that is Southeastern football. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Here to perform tonight's national anthem is the Southeastern University Band. The SEU Band is directed by Mr. Nathaniel Reynolds. Fire fans, please stand as we welcome the combined Southeastern University and Florida Southern College ROTC Color Guard as they present the colors. The military salute is a unique gesture of respect that marks those who have served in our nation's armed forces. As a reminder, veterans in active duty military not in uniform have the privilege to render the military-style hand salute during U.S. flag events and the playing of our national anthem. Please remain standing and remove your hats as they perform our nation's anthem. Thank you, musicians. And now, for the visiting team, Fire fans, please welcome the Savannah State University Tigers. Fans, get loud and show your
you doing?
I'm just like,
Yeah.
rock.
My name is Donnie Smith. The Southeastern University Fire begin their 10th season
Please welcome
play
tonight's head official,
against
Ralph
NCAA Division
Rodriguez.
II Savannah State University. Southeastern coming off of a 6-4 season a year ago under head coach Adam Waugh. Under Aaron Kelton, Savannah State 5-5 a year ago. Captains meeting at midfield.
Savannah's one. Defer. Want the ball? Who you want to kick? Line up next to Savannah play.
So according to head coach Ralph Rodriguez, I believe Savannah State won the toss. They deferred their choice to the second half. Southeastern will receive and defend the north goal. Captains for Savannah State, quarterback Jaden Adams, Dion Bell, a linebacker, Jonathan Glover, a senior defensive lineman, and Kyle Frazier, a senior offensive lineman. More on Kyle later on in this broadcast. So again, the 10th anniversary season of Southeastern football. 63-21 is the program's all-time record. On this field, the Fire are 36-10, and in home openers, 7-2 all-time. This is just the second meeting between the Fire and the Tigers. Southeastern won last year's game in Savannah, 34-14. The Fire accumulated 318 yards of total offense against the Tigers last season. Dominic Larry led the receiving effort with 79 yards and a touchdown, and Ryan Cunningham tallied 6 tackles on the defensive side. Fire haven't played a ton of NCAA Division II programs, but when they have, they've been pretty successful. 3-1 all time against NCAA Division II clubs. Southeastern had pretty good retention in the program. In talking with Coach Adam Waugh, a couple of changes to the staff in bringing over veteran offensive coordinator Mike Canales to run the offense, and new offensive line coach, a familiar face on Victory Field, Jordan Heldreth, an All-American tackle for the Fire. He redshirted during the first season of competition in 2014, went on to a successful career as an offensive lineman here with the Fire. Southeastern dressed all in black, black helmets, black jerseys, black pants. Conversely, the Tigers of Savannah State wearing the blue helmets, white jerseys with the blue numbers on the front and back, blue pants, and the white socks. Getting ready to kick off for Savannah State is junior Kenneth Lockhart. As we count down the final minute until kickoff 2023. Savannah State starts with back-to-back road games on their schedule. As they come to Southeastern tonight, they go to Bethune-Cookman next weekend for a 4 o'clock kickoff. There are some ties to Lakeland for the Savannah State program, a historic program with a great tradition. Former Savannah State standout Roy Ellison is from Lakeland. He was a 4-year letterman as an offensive lineman. Paved the way for Casey Grigley to become the first 1,000-yard rusher in school history. He's gone on to be a National Football Foundation scholar athlete and is now an NFL official and has been since 2003. And he's worked 3 Super Bowls, including the most recent one. So Kenneth Lockhart tees it up. Back to return for Southeastern. Dominic Larry and Devontae Bowie. It started just around the block at Bonnie Park. In shorts, t-shirts, there were no footballs. There were tires, there was yoga, there were kegs to do squat with. From the primitive beginnings to the 3,500-seat Victory Field 10 years later, we begin the 10th season. End-over-end kick comes to the near sideline where it's taken by Dominic Larry. He turns it inside the hash mark to the 20, slips a tackle to the 25, has room with the kicker to beat as he's horse-collared out of bounds by Kenneth Lockhart. So great starting field position near midfield on the return by by Larry. No penalty flag came in. And it's 1st and 10 for the Fire at the 43-yard line.
It'll be first down for the Fire. 43-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun is junior quarterback Henry Ostad, Claremont, Florida native out of Foundation Academy and Delta State University. Brings Grayson Labiad, the tight end, in motion to the near side. Snap to Henry, looks near side, quick screen Shane McLaughlin, and he's bottled up right from the get-go. Well covered on the play by Elijah Norwood, number 20, the Valdosta, Georgia native, who made 15 tackles a year ago. Goes as a loss of 1, sets up a 2nd and 11.
Second down.
Ostad now brings McLaughlin in motion. Hash mark near side. Penalty marker flies. Tries to throw the screen out to McLaughlin on the left side. Again, nowhere to go. DeAndre Creary, the sophomore corner from Marietta, wipes that one out. They may let that play stand and go 3rd and 12 because that was an illegal shift against Southeastern. So they will check with head coach Aaron Kelton and see if he wants the down or the distance. And the early indication is this penalty is declined.
On the offense, that penalty is declined. Third.
So the Fire have lost 3 yards on their first 2 plays. And it sets up 3rd and 13 from the 40-yard line. Southeastern a year ago, 38% on 3rd downs. They face a 3rd and 13. Ostad empties the backfield. 5 receivers set. Hash mark far side. Tight end Lucas Williamson now motions into the backfield. Ostad back to pass. Good protection. Throw across the middle. Finds Soraya Abram as he picks up 2 yards. And this Savannah State defense allowed 24.5 points per game last year. Seemed like all the preseason hype for this group was on the offensive side, but they come up with a big 3 and out and force the Fire to punt on their first possession of the season. So back to kick it away is the freshman Jay Brockhouse. To return for Savannah State is number 21, A.J. Brown, a grad student from Grovetown, Georgia, and Georgia Southern University. Gabe Woody, the long snapper, serves as one of the game captains. Sends it back to Brockhouse. Hit that one off the side of the foot. This one into the first row of the bleachers. The head linesman will mark it out and set the line of scrimmage at the Savannah State 45-yard line.
Brockhouse out of bounds at the Savannah State 45.
So just a 15-yard punt, 13-15 remaining in the first quarter. Savannah State with great starting field position as they send their offense out, captained by quarterback Jaden Adams, the 6'4", 200-pound junior from Savannah, Georgia. Completed 56% of his passes a year ago for 566 yards. Rushed for another 545 yards. Jamarcus Poole, the running back, on his left hip. Motion man into the backfield is Scott. Give goes up the middle of the Poole, runs into the teeth of the Southeastern defense as he gets across midfield. Initial contact made by Trevor Doris, the junior linebacker out of Palm Harbor, Florida. Looks like a gain of 6 on the play. Call it 7, actually, to the Fire 47-yard line. 2nd and 3, 12:53 remaining in the opening quarter of play as Savannah State has its first possession from right to left after forcing a 3 and out on defense. Brent Carr, the receiver, to the top of the formation. Slot, Demeek Colbert. And the tight end, Julian Roberts, all to the top of the formation. Now Shamarcus Poole on the right hip. Shamarcus gets the carry. Got a good block to try and get through the initial wave. Ryan Cunningham able to ride him down, but not before Shamarcus Poole, the senior from Sandersville, Georgia, picks up a Tiger first down at the Fire 41 with a gain of 6.
26, Ryan Cunningham at number 54, Chris Sharp. It'll be first down.
3 receivers set. Lone man to the near side is Deshaun Mitchell. Had a big game against Southeastern last year, but Chris Sharp blows up the third run play by Poole. Sharp, the 6', 337-pound sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida. As we take another look at Sharp penetrating in from his D tackle spot for a loss of 2. Ball back to the 43-yard line. Brent Carr, the senior from Warner Robins, Georgia, to the top of the formation. To the bottom is Deshaun Mitchell. Run a little fly sweep here with A.J. Brown. Brown slips, got past 1, and then is taken down near the 35-yard line. I think that was Tommy Ibrahim, one of the defensive tackles, making the stop. Brown gets to the 34-yard line for a gain of 9 on the play. And it sets up a 3rd and a long 3 for Savannah State. 11:14 remaining in the first quarter. We are scoreless. Tigers got great field position after a short punt. Empty backfield. Brown, the running back, slots to the right side. Trips to the bottom of the formation, the wide side of the field. Adams to pass, throws it across the middle. Play was behind the intended receiver. Demick Colbert took a shot from Khalid Scott, who now has Kyle Frazier in his grill. Players are separated, and it's 4th down and decision time for Aaron Kelton and company. Probably right on the fringe of field goal range. This would be upwards of a 50-yarder. 4th and 3. You've moved the ball pretty well, and it looks like the offense is staying on the field. 15 on the play clock as Adams gets them down and set. Poole in the backfield, a preseason all-conference selection at running back. 4 receivers set, 4 on the play clock. Adams to pass, quick pass to the near side, finds Shamar Poole, plenty of room, but a penalty marker comes out. This one could be coming back. As it stands right now, it's 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Shamarcus Poole went to celebrate. You can tell immediately by the body language this one is coming back.
Hold it. 17. Savannah State. 10-yard penalty from the spot and foul.
I believe the indication was a hold against wide receiver Deshaun Mitchell, and that will likely bring out the punt team. So it went from a big 4th down conversion, and now the Tigers going to have to kick it away with Kenneth Lockhart. 42 yards per punt back in 2021. Shane McLaughlin, heels resting on his own 10-yard line with 10:44 remaining in the first. Lockhart awaits the snap, 5 on the play clock. High spiraling snap, nose down, tries to coffin corner it, and I think he placed it inside the 5. Not as good as it looked, but it will rest right at the 10-yard line. So the Southeastern University Fire take over 1st and 10 at their own 10 with 10:27 remaining in the first quarter, and we are scoreless in the 2023 season opener. Fire offense back out onto the field after being held to -1 yard on their first 3 plays of the contest. Josiah Neos in the backfield with Henry Ostad. Here's Neos trying to work between the tackles. There's just nothing there. Dion Bell was waiting for him in the gap the whole time. The senior linebacker from Blackshear, Georgia, had 39 tackles a year ago and already has 1 today.
Number 26, Uchenna Nua.
Does not appear he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it will be 2nd and 11 from the 9.
2nd and 11 for the Fire.
Henry Ostad in the shotgun, won a 3-man battle for the job during summer camp. Here's Neos between the tackles again, and it's Bell riding him down once again. Got to the 13-yard line for a gain of 4, but sets up a 3rd and 7. Trey Dickerson lost his helmet on the play, has to come out for at least 1 snap. Sebastian Flamenco now subs in at a tackle spot. Flamenco new to the program. A freshman from Hackettstown, New Jersey. Snap back to Ostad. Running the fly sweep with Devontae Williams. Williams nowhere to go. Wrapped up from behind and taken down by Nasiah Harriet. 265-pound grad transfer from Bryant University. The Fire go 3 and out once again as Jay Brockhouse heads back to kick once more.
It'll be 4th down for the Fire.
Brockhouse punting for the 2nd time. True freshman handling the punting duties for Southeastern. Had a lot of returners on both offense and defense, but special teams has some untested guys. High spiraling punt. This one bounces and takes a hefty roll. It bounced near the Savannah State 43 and rolls out of bounds. at the 37-yard line of the Tigers.
It'll be first down for the Tigers.
So it brings up a 1st and 10 for Savannah State with 8:43 remaining in the first quarter. And the Tigers on the field with the offense for the second time. 44-yard punt with no return. Second offensive possession for Jaden Adams, junior out of Island High School in Savannah. Good local contingent on this Savannah State roster. Snap comes back to Adams. Give goes up the middle. Nothing there for Shamarcus Poole as he's wrestled to the turf by Dallas Anthony, the Valdosta State transfer. Let's take another look at Anthony penetrating through the line. So it brings up a 2nd and 11. The defense is really showing out here in the early part of this contest. 8:14 remaining in the first quarter of play. We are scoreless between the Fire and the Tigers. Jaden Adams working out of the shotgun. Motion man is Brent Carr. Give goes inside, a little misdirection play. And across the 40 up to the 44-yard line goes Shamarcus Poole. I think it was Joseph Bonga coming in to help out on the play. Ball resting at the 44 after a gain of 5. Brings up a 3rd and 5 for Savannah State with 7:35 remaining in the first quarter of play. Snap comes back to Adams. Looks to the near side. Well defended. Took a big hit and keeps going. Has the first down as he dives forward. Bounced right off of a tackle attempt by Jacoby Clinton and picks up a big 3rd down conversion.
Number 90, Dallas Anthony. That'll move the chains for a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Southeastern 49-yard line.
6:56 remaining in the quarter. Ball resting at the Fire 49-yard line. 1st and 10 for Savannah State as they operate from right to left from our vantage point, south to north here at Victory Field. The 7-yard pickup by Adams, the difference there. So the Fire defensive line coming up with a big stop there on first down once again against Poole. I think that was Clinton that got back there first. Let's take another look. Jacoby Clinton, the sophomore linebacker out of Sanford. Just not much there. Actually, Khalid Scott, the veteran safety, got back there first. 2nd and 10, call it no gain. Ball still at the Southeastern 49-yard line. Jaden Adams out of the shotgun. A little tight formation as he goes back to pass. Pressure comes, throws complete on the play to Demick Colbert, the junior, who gets near the first down marker before being wrapped up by Jacoby Clinton. Colbert a year ago, 311 yards on 21 catches for 3 touchdowns. And it sets up a 3rd and short after a gain of 9. Ball at the Southeastern 40, it's 3rd down. Savannah State 1 of 2 on 3rd down thus far. Adams give up the middle, first down by Shamarcus Poole. As he's finally knocked down by Khalid Scott on the play, along with Chris Sharp. 5:15 to go in the first. Chris Sharp checks out. Looks like Tommy Ibrahim back in at defensive tackle for the Fire, along with Carlos Giordino. 1st and 10 from the Southeastern 38. Poole, the motion man, to the near side. Penalty marker flies. Adams rolls to his right side, flips it into the stands. And I believe this one's coming back for an illegal motion.
Number 4, Brent Carr. Flag on the play.
4:45 remaining. And this will set up a 1st and 15 back at the 43.
Two guys in motion on Savannah. 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay first down. TV timeout.
Timeout on the field with 4:45 remaining in the first quarter. And Southeastern and Savannah State in a little bit of a defensive struggle thus far.
Back in the stands for another year of Fire football.
The totals so far, as the Fire have gone 3 and out twice. And Savannah State finally a long sustained drive here. 6 plays ago, 23 yards. They've run 11 plays for 49 yards. Southeastern has run 6 plays for 7 yards thus far. Again, the 10th anniversary season of Fire football coming your way here on SUFire.com and the Sun Digital Network. Great to see a number of former players and coaches in this program back earlier today for a celebration luncheon. A lot of those guys that practiced during the 2013 season at Bonnie Park making the trip back. Saw Jonathan Pierce offer the pregame prayer. He started the first game at quarterback on this field. Keith Bearfield, the first head coach in program history, received the game ball for his stellar work in laying the foundation of this Fire program. 4:45 to go in the first quarter. No score between Southeastern and Savannah State. New rule change this year that has happened a couple of times in this game. You may not even have noticed it. Is that when a team gains a first down, the clock no longer is stopped to award the first down, except with less than 2 minutes remaining in the second and fourth quarters. Division I, Division II, and NAI football are playing by this rule. Division III will implement it next year. Studies show that it will probably shorten the game by about 10 plays. 4:45 left. It's 1st and 15 coming up for Savannah State at the Southeastern 39-yard line. Clock winds and we're ready to go. 3 receivers set, hash mark far side. Snap comes back to Jaden Adams. Pressure comes, he rolls away from it. Directing traffic, now going to throw it on the run and throws it away. Pressure was coming from junior linebacker Trevor Doris. A correction, that was 45, not 44. And that's Jimmy Hamilton, the senior from Flint, Michigan. Brings up a 2nd and 15 from the 43-yard line. .35 left. 2nd and 15. Adams gets him set with 15 on the play clock. Julian Roberts, the tight end, is the motion man to the near side. Bring a second man in motion, run the fly sweep with Randy Scott. Scott wrapped up and taken down in on the perimeter. Getting there first was J.K. Sheely, a freshman safety from Moultrie, Georgia. Let's take another look at Sheely getting in on the action, making his first tackle. Sheely did a great job setting the edge and wrapping him up, and then got some help. 4:07 to play. First quarter, no score. 3rd and 12 coming up for Savannah State at the Southeastern 36-yard line. Gain of 2 on that run. Fire look like they've gone to a 3-3 look with 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 in the secondary. And Savannah State wants a timeout.
Timeout, Savannah State. First of the half.
And it comes with 3:44 to go in the first. Savannah State trying to break the ice in this scoreless defensive struggle. The Fire defense has yielded a few yards, but no points as of yet. Tigers 2 of 3 on 3rd down, looking for another conversion here to keep this drive alive. Started back at their own 38-yard line. This is the 9th play of the drive. Also a new rule that you may see this year is the ability for coaches' challenges via instant replay. That will be an option this season. Savannah State with a 3rd and 12 here at the Southeastern 36-yard line. Again, probably 4-down territory here if you don't get this. Again, 3-3 defensive look. Snap comes back to Adams. Pressure comes. They force Adams out. He throws it away, and the pass is incomplete. Good pressure once again by Jimmy Hamilton. And it's 4th down, and the Tigers will punt.
Pressure on the QB by number 45, James Hamilton.
Hamilton with 2 big pressures on that series.
It'll be 4th down.
And now to boot it away is Kenneth Lockhart. His previous punt was for 30 yards. Snap comes back. End over end kick. Tries to coffin corner it again. Bounces at the 5 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. So Southeastern will have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Goes to the end zone for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Fire from their own 20.
3:28 remaining in the first quarter. Ball resting at the 20-yard line as Southeastern looks to get the offense going. Fire from left to right in the black jerseys. Henry Ostad in the backfield with Devontae Williams in a 4-receiver set. Ostad back to pass, looking for Dominic Larry. That one nearly intercepted. They gave Dom a lot of space, almost didn't cover him at all at the line of scrimmage. And I think Tamari Bruton basically baited him into that throw. And the 6'2 sophomore from Savannah, who made 9 tackles for loss a season ago, is able to break that one up, brings up 2nd and 10. Again, they give Dom a lot of space at the bottom of the formation. Ostad pump fake, looks far side. The throw tipped and intercepted. Back the other way comes Kirk Smith, the safety. Smith knocked down onto the Savannah State sideline, but the interception gives Savannah State the ball 1st and 10 at the Fire 23-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers on the Fire 23-yard line.
It's the closing speed of these Savannah State players is that they're able to give a ton of space, get you to think a receiver's open, and be able to make a play on the ball. The Fire offense yet to get a 1st down. And now the defense forced into sudden change. Having to come up with a big stop here. They've done it twice so far. 3rd possession. Adams on the screen to the near side finds Shamarcus Poole. Preseason All-SEAC running back. Gets to the 19-yard line before being taken down by Jimmy Hamilton and J.K. Shealy on the play. Gain of 4 to the 19-yard line. 2:50 remaining in the quarter. Poole to the right hip. Play action. Looking deep ball. The pass is broken up, incomplete. Zaire Webb goes 1v1 against Deshaun Mitchell. As we take another look at Zaire Webb breaking it up against Mitchell, who had 35 yards receiving against the Fire last year. And the Fire trying to hold Savannah State to a field goal attempt with a stop here. It's 3rd and 5 from the 19-yard line. Tight end, the motion man, Julian Roberts, sets up on the left side. Speed option to the near side. They toss it into the flat, first down yardage and more as Demick Colbert sets up the Tigers with a 1st and goal at the 5. 14-yard gain on 3rd and 5. A goal to go here for the Tigers. They try and get to the line quickly. Danny Craig replacing Phil Sharp at defensive tackle. And a nice job by George Phillip to blow up the play in the backfield and wrestle pull to the turf. Loss of 1 as you take another look.
Taken down in the backfield by number 93,
Phillip
George
coming from the opposite side of the play. He'll head to the sideline for a well-deserved break. It's like Burton Venter is checked in at a defensive end. Along with Carlos Giordino at tackle, Tommy Ibrahim at tackle. On the play clock, 2nd and goal from the 6, just under 90 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter. Adams looking right side, looking across the middle, pass incomplete, nearly picked off. Tried to fire it into the hands of Brett Carr, the senior from Warner Robins, and it falls to the turf and sets up 3rd and goal. Fire defense needs a stop here. Horn blows for 3rd down. Clock is stopped with 1:21 to go in this 1st quarter. Savannah State running their 20th play of the game. They've gained 69 yards. Southeasterners run 8 plays for 7 yards. Go into the pylon, broken up by Bonga. Tried to use Brett Carr's 6'3" frame against the 5'10" Bonga. And the senior Bonga equal to the task as you take another look. Joseph Bonga couldn't have played this any better. I think Carr might want that ball a little bit closer to the back corner next time. But the Fire defense able to hold Savannah State to a 23-yard field goal attempt. Kenneth Lockhart on to attempt it. There was a flinch on the left side of the line.
Flag on the field.
And this 23-yard field goal is now a 28-yard field goal.
Personal foul. 88 block. Disconcerting signals. Causing the offense to false start. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Wow. So apparently the discussion was somebody on the defensive line was making calls that caused the offense to false start. So they are called for the infraction. They indicated a personal foul. They are going to check this. That could be an automatic first down. Southeastern shifting some personnel around. Looks like they've got their starting defense out there. And that is the indication. This will be a first down, half the distance to the goal. So the ball now to the 4-yard line. So just when the defense thought it did its job, and now a little bit of a personnel shift. I think the Savannah State Tigers had 12 in the huddle.
Flag on the field.
You saw Deshaun Mitchell counting. both teams dealing with some first game issues.
Illegal substitution on the offense. First down.
So it remains first down. That'll back them up 5 to the 9-yard line. First and goal from the 9. Mitchell splits to the near side of receiver. Shamarcus Poole on the right hip of quarterback Jaden Adams. 2 receivers at the top of the formation with Demick Colbert and Brent Carr. Snap comes back to Adams. Play action. Rolls to the right side. Looks end zone touchdown. Brent Carr, the senior receiver who had 6 touchdowns a year ago, gets Savannah State on the scoreboard. Off of the interception, the Fire defense looked like they had held the Tigers to a field goal attempt, then were called for a personal foul, and it allowed the Tigers to score. Nine-yard TD pass from Adams to Carr. On to attempt the extra point is Kenneth Lockhart. Snap, placement made, kick is blocked by Bonga. Fire might return it for 2. Picked up by Webb, and he's helicoptered down at the 25-yard line. A great job by Joseph Bonga as you take another look. Came from the weak side, went right around Carr, who just scored the touchdown. And that ball almost hopped into the hands of Webb and went the other way for 2. So it's 6-0 in favor of Savannah State with 1:05 to go in the first quarter. So Southeastern, the turnover turns into 6 points for Savannah State. This 10th anniversary schedule is no cakewalk. You start with a Division II program. Next week, you go to number 10 Reinhardt. Bye week, September 23rd, you return to the scene of the first game in program history at Faulkner University. Return home on the 30th against Warner. At Weber International, that's one of Southeastern's 4 losses last year. Home against Thomas on October the 14th. At Kaiser on October the 21st. At St. Thomas this year. A very difficult schedule. To kick it away is Kenneth Lockhart. Drives this one down the near sideline. They try Dominic Larry again from his own 1. Larry with a great return last time. Larry to the 15 and runs into the arms of the waiting tackler in
Kickoff return by number 83, Dominic
Keon Bryant. So it's 1st and 10 for Southeastern as they start at their own 17-yard line.
Taken down in
with 57 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Henry Ostad at quarterback. New running back, rather I think that's Abram into the backfield. A 4-receiver set. Snap comes back, handoff goes to the left side. On the run is Daniel Parker. Ball comes loose. Did the Tigers recover it in bounds? They did.
Rushed by number 16, Daniel Parker. Fumble on the play.
Parker's first carry comes loose. And Savannah State will start with a short porch once again.
1st and 10 for the Tigers.
47 seconds remaining in the first. And the Fire will start, or rather Savannah State will start at the Southeastern 18-yard line.
Fumble forced by number 10, Dion Bell.
trips left. Lone receiver to the top of the formation is Brett Carr. His latest catch has his team up 6-0 here in the first quarter. Snap comes back to Jaden Adams, rolls near side, looks back to his right, throws towards the end zone, and it is incomplete. Basically threw it away. Well defended by the Southeastern secondary. Deshaun Mitchell, the closest receiver.
Holding. Offense, number 60. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
So the hold will back him up. Football will move to the 28-yard line.
First down from the 28-yard line.
A 10-yard penalty on the hold sets up a 1st and 20 with 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. Southeastern defense called on short rest again. Pressure comes, they throw the screen, it's incomplete. Tommy Ibrahim right in the face of Jaden Adams as he threw it.
Pass by number 9.
2nd and 20.
Adams intended for number 21.
Fire makes some changes up front. Alio Tikati into the game at defensive tackle. Michael Bradley in at an end. George Phillip also rotates back into the contest. 4 receiver set into the slot right side goes A.J. Brown, the Georgia Southern transfer. Correction, it's trips to the bottom of the formation, empty backfield. Adams looking across the middle, passes hauled in by Randy Scott. Taken down by Trevor Doris right at the 20-yard line for a gain of 8.
Tackled by number 44, Trevor Doris.
And it sets up a 3rd and 12, and that will likely be the final play of the first quarter. Play clock hasn't started. Jaden Adams pointing towards the south end of the field says we'll just snap it to start the second. 6-0 Savannah State as the Fire offense has struggled to the tune of 9 yards on 9 plays with 2 turnovers. The Tigers of Savannah State about to snap it for the 24th time in this contest. Nearly 3 times as many plays already. A 3rd and 12 coming up for Savannah State. So a chance once again for Southeastern to hold the Tigers to a field goal attempt.
Conference champions with 6 of the runners earning all-conference recognition. The women's team finishing in 2nd earned both teams an at-large trip to NAIA Nationals.
Fire cross-country teams being honored as the teams of the week. They competed this morning down the road at Holloway Park. Men's team won the championship behind a great performance from John Perez Dunn. Women's team finished runner-up to a very good Palm Beach Atlantic club.
At the Fire Invitational, as Southeastern took the team title by clipping Palm Beach Atlantic 35-44. The women's team has received 23 points and 4 first-place votes, with Jillian Glazer being the runner to watch this season after placing 11th in last year's conference championship meet. This morning at their Fire Invitational, the women had their top 8 runners finish.
That's at the end of the first quarter. Savannah State 4 of 11 passing for 30 yards. They've rushed the ball 12 times for 56 yards, an average of 4.7 yards per rush. 6 first downs in the first quarter. Southeastern, no first downs, 4 rushes for 10 yards. 3 of 5 passing with an interception for -1 yard. They've run 9 plays for 9 yards. So a 3rd and 12 coming up for Savannah State. This is an offense a year ago that averaged 21.1 points per game and 277.4 yards per game. But they have 3 preseason all-conference members on the offense, with Shamarcus Poole, the running back, and a pair of offensive linemen in Ryan Adams and Kyle Frazier. Snap comes back. Adams rolling left side. Adams throwing towards the end zone. Catches made by Randy Scott for the first down and goes out of bounds at the 8. Needed 12, got 13 on third down.
Out of bounds at the Southeastern 7-yard line. That'll move the
Actually,
chains
mark
for
it at the
Tigers
7.
first down.
First and goal. Tight end Julian Roberts to the right side behind Kyle Frazier. Adams with A.J. Brown on his right hip. Here's Brown cutting it back inside, trying to spin out of the arms of Mike Bradley, and was unable to do so, as Bradley was able to hold him up and get some help from George Phillip and company.
A.J. Brown.
Brings up a second and goal.
Taken down by number 93, George Phillip, and number 95, Michael Bradley.
Was able to,
It'll be
looks
second
like he
and
picked
6.
up a yard to the 6. Second and goal. Sean Mitchell, 6'3" receiver, splits to the left side to meet Colbert, the junior, into the slot. And Brett Carr, a 6'3" senior, out on the perimeter to the right side, matched up against Joseph Bonga. Penalty marker flies again. Adams on the keep. Touchdown Savannah State, but it's likely coming back.
QB keeper by number 9, Jaden Brown, in the end zone. Jaden Adams in the end zone. Flag on the play.
So you guys moving? On the offense, 5-yard penalty, previous spot, replay second down.
Second and goal from the 12 coming up. 13:46 remaining in the second quarter. Southeastern trying to keep the deficit at 6. Adams in trouble, throws towards the back of the end zone, and a big hit applied to Shamarcus Poole. Khalid Scott wiped out any hopes of that pass being completed, and it's now third and goal. Khalid Scott, a veteran of this program, playing a little different position this year. Saw him last year primarily in that nickel role, kind of a hybrid linebacker safety. This year he is flipped full-time to a free safety role. And the leading returning tacklers from the Euro, 4.5 tackles for loss, second team All-Sun Conference selection, had a pair of picks and broke up 6 passes. Third and goal. Snap to Adams, screen to the left side. Poole works his way upfield, wrapped up by Jimmy Hamilton. Penalty marker down. I believe we had 2 come out, likely for the same foul.
Number 45, James Hamilton.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 25. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Marion Jones called for the face mask. And a first down by penalty. Southeastern's second foul of the contest, a very costly one. Both have been very costly. First and goal from the 4. Here's the rush by Poole, hit at the goal line and finds his way in for the touchdown.
Number 1, Shamarcus Poole on the rush.
Shamarcus Poole in from 6 yards out. And it wraps up a 7-play, 18-yard drive. 4-yard touchdown run to put Savannah State up 12-0 with 13:19 to go. On for the PAT is Kenneth Lockhart. Fire blocked the last one. They nearly get to that one, but this one is good. 13:19 remaining in the first half, and it's 13-0. Savannah State with the lead. The Fire going to look for something to establish on offense. Henry Ostad, 3 of 5 passing, an interception on a ball that was tipped. had 3 different players with rushing attempts so far. And they have 9 yards to show for their 9 plays in this contest. Shane McLaughlin, Dominic Leary back to return for Southeastern. Kenneth Lockhart to kick it away. Fire under the direction of head coach Adam Waugh in his 2nd season. Spent last year as the acting head coach after taking over late in the summer. Has spent time at Pittsburgh, Army, Cal Poly, Northwestern State, and Louisiana Monroe. Family relocated to the Tampa area, spent some time at powerhouses Jesuit and Calvary Christian. High end-over-end kick finds its way to Larry between the numbers and the hash on the far side. Larry quickly to the 20 and wrapped up at the 25-yard line. Making the play on specials is Raquel Lott, the junior from Atlanta, and a transfer from Hobart College. 1st and 10 for the Fire, with 13-13 remaining in the 2nd quarter. At their own 25-yard line. And it looks like Southeastern has made a change at quarterback. It's Nate Hayden, the redshirt senior out of Presbyterian, now at quarterback. Trips to the bottom of the formation. Hayden spins it to the far side. Has Neos in the flat, and he's out of bounds near the 30-yard line. So Hayden's first pass complete to Josiah Neos. And the Fire make it a 2nd and 5 at the 30. Fire going to push the tempo a little bit here. Nate back to pass. Got a great block from the near side. Under duress, throws on the run. Pass incomplete, just beyond the reach of Neos. Would have had the first down. Brings up 3rd and 5 from the 30-yard line. Southeastern looking for its first 3rd down conversion of the game. They're 0 for 2. Snap comes back to Hayden. Looking across the middle. Pass is complete to Devontae Bowie, trying to slip a tackle. Did he get to the line to gain? The initial spot has him, it's like a yard short. Bowie indicating it's a first down. Savannah State holding up fists to indicate it's a 4th down. They are accurate. Fire bringing in some bigger personnel. They're going to go for this on 4th and inches. .12-17 remaining in the 2nd quarter. 13-0 Savannah State. Snap comes back. Give goes up the middle. Neos trying to drive the legs. Looks like he's got the first down. Across the 35 to the 36 as you take another look at the first down of the season.
That'll move the chains for a Fire. First down.
11:40 to go until halftime. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Devontae Bowie, the motion man, comes back towards the near sideline. Hayden throws the screen to Neos out of the backfield. Neos slips one to the 40, knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Making the stop for Savannah State is Alec Booker, a junior out of New York. Mark him down at the 44 for a gain of 7.
It'll be 2nd down.
Pistol look with Devontae Williams in the backfield. And Aaron Kelton wants a timeout.
Savannah State.
Have a word with his team. 11:11 to go in the 2nd. 13-0 Savannah State. But the Fire have some movement on offense now, as Nate Hayden has completed 3 of his first 4 passes for 17 yards.
You're going places, and we're here to help you plan your next move.
Josiah Neos,
South State Bank.
a key component to that, has 2 catches for 12 yards
Mobile and online.
and has a 5-yard rush during this drive.
Personal service.
2nd and 3 coming up from the 43-yard line as Southeastern works from right to left in the all-black uniforms. Aaron Kelton in his 2nd season as the head coach of the Tigers. Previously spent 3 seasons at Howard University as the interim head coach and defensive backs coach. Also has worked at Williams College, Columbia University, Virginia State, Concord, and others. Were 3 and 4 in SEAC play a year ago. Tavare Brown, the key component returning to the defense after posting 66 tackles a year ago. 2nd and 3. Hand off Devontae Williams. Finds some tough sledding as he's picked up by the defensive line and thrown backwards. Tony Roundtree Jr., the 6'4", 325-pound junior from Augusta, who saw limited action last year, makes the stop. Maybe a yard as Williams stretches it to the 44-yard line. 3rd and 2. Hayden rolls to the right side. Penalty marker down. Throw is incomplete. However, I think this is going to be an illegal hands in the face against Savannah State as Trey Dickerson had his brain bucket dislodged. He can stay in the game if that was the result of his helmet coming off.
Personal foul. Offense number 63, face mask. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Never mind, the guy who had his helmet taken off was actually guilty of the face mask. So with 10:38 remaining in the 2nd quarter, the Fire are going to have to punt it away. Jagger Brockhouse, the freshman, 2 punts for an average of 28.5 today. Beautiful night here in Lakeland, Florida. 83 degrees. A little humid, as always, in Central Florida in September. But a great night to open the 2023 season. Brockhouse, wobbly punt, bounces at the 28 and goes out of bounds at the 26 of Savannah State. 10:27 remaining in the 2nd quarter. It's Savannah State ball, 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out of bounds at
the Tiger offense, 28 plays, 108 yards, and 13 points. Back out onto the field. Fire defense has had to defend a lot here in the early going. 2 turnovers by the offense. They've done well. They've just been put in some tough spots here in the early going. Four receivers set for Jaden Adams. Junior completed 56% of his passes a year ago, 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Goes back to pass on 3 steps, looks across the middle, has the receiver, and is immediately wrapped up by O'Marion Jones. Catch was made for Savannah State by Joseph Hampton, a sophomore running back out of Evans, Georgia.
Number 32, Joseph Hampton.
Gain to the 28-yard line, maybe 2. Call it 3.
O'Marion Jones.
Sets up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 for the Tigers.
Two backs in the backfield, a little different personnel group this time for Savannah State as they run the sweep to the near side, trying to get into space. The penalty marker comes down, and Trevor Doris making the tackle in open space against Joseph Hampton, but this one likely coming back for a hold. whatever the penalty is, it looks like it will be accepted as Savannah State starts walking backwards.
Holding. Offense, number 67. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay, second down.
Cartwright. Kyle Cartwright, the right guard, called for the hold, the sophomore from Reedsville, Georgia. The ball back to the 20-yard line. 2nd and 15. Four-man front for Southeastern. Snap comes back to Adams. Slips, stays on his feet somehow, and George Phillip wipes him out behind the line of scrimmage. Phillip will get credited for the sack back to the 18-yard line. Take another look as Adams went back to pass, lost his footing, and then Phillip takes him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's probably one of the big focuses this year for Adam Waugh and William Henry, the new defensive coordinator. Getting some more pressure on the quarterback. Had a handful of tackles for loss, not a ton of sacks last year. And they get one here in the second. 3rd and 17. Adams to pass. Deep ball near sideline, and it's overthrown. Intended for Brent Carr. Good coverage applied by the senior out of Alonzo High School in Tampa, Joseph Bonga. So the Fire defense able to stand strong and force the punt. 8:38 remaining in the second quarter. Southeastern chasing 13 points. Back to return for the Fire is Shane McLaughlin. Punting for the 3rd time is Kenneth Lockhart, averaging 33 yards per. However, the 2 previous punts he's done were from the Southeastern side of the 50-yard line. This one he's going to be able to uncork, and he averaged 42 yards per punt back in the 2021 season. And this one is a boomer back to the Southeastern 37-yard line, and McLaughlin is wiped out on the run on a great open field tackle by Dwayne Ruff, the grad student from East Tennessee State.
Ball is down at the Southeastern.
So not much on the return as McLaughlin gets to the 40. And the Fire take over 1st and 10 with 8:27 remaining until halftime. 46-yard punt with no return. Nate Hayden brings the offense back out for Southeastern, working from right to left. Devontae Williams in the backfield, senior out of East Bay High School. Pressure shown, they back off. Hayden in trouble, gets away from it, throws it, intercepted. Down the far sideline on the return is DeAndre Creary, the sophomore from Marietta. 3rd first half turnover by Southeastern. And the Fire defense right back out onto the field. Good return as well by Creary, as Savannah State will take over 1st and 10 at the Southeastern 27-yard line.
Ball will be placed at the Southeastern 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Jaden Adams with Shamarcus Poole on his right hip. Snap comes back. Bluff, look to the near side. Pass is complete into the flat for Randy Scott. He's ridden out of bounds on the play by Bonga at the 18-yard line. Goes the gain of 9. Sets up a 2nd and short.
Tackled out of bounds. For Southeastern by number 1, Joseph Bonga. It'll be 2nd and 1.
7:45 remaining in the second. Southeastern trying to avoid falling behind 3 scores. (13-0). Working out of the shotgun is Jaden Adams. Give goes on the left side as Shamarcus Poole has the first down and falls forward across the 15 down to the 14. So Poole picks up 4 more. That's his 10th carry for 30 yards in this contest and has a touchdown.
We'll move the chains for a Tigers first down.
Aaron Walton coming up to make the stop on that last play. Good to see Walt back in the lineup. 5'9", 176-pound sophomore out of Atlantic High School in Port Orange. Actually played for Atlantic High School when Coach Jordan Heldreth was back at his alma mater doing some coaching. Now serving as the offensive line coach for the Fire. And Savannah State has to burn a timeout.
Timeout. Savannah State, that is their final timeout.
And that is their final timeout of the first half. It comes with 6:43 to go in the second quarter. And Savannah State has a 13-0 lead over Southeastern. Next home game for Southeastern will be on September the 30th when they open up Sun Conference play against Warner University. So their first home conference game this season in this 10th anniversary season marked the first game played at Victory Field as the Fire took on Warner. Came away with a 31-7 victory. Will May getting the first points in the history of Victory Field with a field goal. And the highlight, the 80-yard touchdown from Jonathan Pierce to Devontae Mack. Appreciate you joining us here on SEUfire.com as well as the Sun Digital Network. And those of you listening on 93.9 FM at WSEU in Lakeland. 6:43 to go in the second quarter as Savannah State has used their third and final timeout. Savannah State breaks the sideline huddle, sends the offense back out onto the field. Shamarcus Poole in the backfield. On the right hip of quarterback Jaden Adams. Brent Carr on the island of the near side, matched up against Joseph Bonga. Receivers at the top of the formation are Deshaun Mitchell and Demick Colbert. Colbert, the motion man. Give goes inside to Poole, finds some tough sledding as he's stacked up by the interior of that Fire defensive line, and a tackle finished off by Trevor Doris, the junior from Clearwater Central Catholic.
26, Ryan Cunningham.
Ryan Cunningham also coming out. Top returning tackler from a year ago with 82, had 5 for loss and broke up 4 passes.
It'll be second down for the Tigers from the Southeastern 12-yard line.
2nd and 8 from the 12. 3 first-half turnovers by Southeastern, the difference in this one. Snap comes back to Adams. Poole tripped up in the backfield by O'Marion Jones. Let's take another look as OJ able to bust through and make the stop. Got just enough of the shoe to bring him down behind the line. Loss of 7 back to the 19-yard line. Big play there by the Methodist University transfer. 5:30 to go in the second. Southeastern down 13. This will be the 36th play of the game by Savannah State to 17 by Southeastern. Adams looking across the middle. Pressure comes, pass a little too tall, and then had to run for cover from Aaron Walton.
That's by number 9, Jaden
Demick
Adams.
Colbert unable to haul it in.
Number 15, Demick
And a
Colbert.
field goal attempt coming up for the Tigers.
It'll be 4th down.
Demick Colbert, the holder. This looks like it will be a 36-yard attempt.
36-yard field goal attempt.
5:07 remaining in the second quarter. Southeastern trying to keep this from getting to a 3-score game. They blocked an extra point earlier. They're not able to get to this one. It's got plenty of leg, and it is good. So the 36-yard field goal splits the uprights and gives Savannah State a 16-0 lead with 5:03 to go in the second quarter.
Your Southeastern University Fires.
Savannah State on the road next week, coming back to the Sunshine State as they take on Bethune-Cookman, and then hosting Clark Atlanta for the home opener and the first SEAC game of the season. They'll travel to Albany State on September 23rd, host Edward Waters on September 30th, and then back-to-back road trips to Fort Valley State and Central State before hosting Tuskegee and Benedict, the defending conference champions, and they close out the season on the road at Lane. So a lot of travel this season for Savannah State. Those 6 road games, the average trip is 355 miles. This trip to Lakeland, 335. Wilberforce, Ohio is 689 miles. Jackson, Tennessee is 620 miles. So the 3rd longest trip that Savannah State has this year. 5:03 to go in our second quarter, as Savannah State has a 16-0 lead over Southeastern. 9-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Adams to Brett Carr, a 4-yard touchdown run by Shamarcus Poole, and a 36-yard field goal by Kenneth Lockhart. Savannah State in this contest, 36 snaps for 115 yards. Southeastern 17 plays for 28 yards. Savannah State averaging 3.1 yards per play, so the Fire defense has done a nice job. Savannah State's taken advantage of some short porches, though. They had a touchdown off of an interception, either on the drive that resulted from an interception. Southeastern fumbled on its next drive, 4-yard touchdown from that one. Interception on the last drive turns into 3 points for Savannah State. So the Tigers have taken advantage of the Southeastern miscues and hold a 16-0 lead with 5:03 to go in the second. They tried Dominic Larry again, the former All-American track star. Larry got a block to the 20, gets to the 25, and then takes a big hit near the 27-yard line. The Fire offense on the field with 4:52 remaining in the second quarter at their own 27, looking to get the momentum going on offense.
Offsides. Kickoff team. 5 yards to the end of the run. First down.
It'll be first and 10 for the Fire from their own 33-yard line.
So the infraction on the kickoff will move the ball up to the 33. Hayden takes the snap. Give goes up the middle. Fire going to try some old-fashioned smash-mouth football as Josiah Neos gets across the 35 to the 36 for a pickup of 3.
Tackled by number 98, William Jones.
4:35 remaining in the half. Here's Neos trying right guard this time, running behind Debo Masolis. Got some forward progress to the 38-yard line for 2 more yards. And it quickly brings up a 3rd and 5 situation.
It'll be 3rd down for the Fire.
Hayden trying to adjust the personnel. Four receivers set. Neos the man in the backfield. Snap comes back to Nate Hayden. Steps up, looks across the middle, pass incomplete. Intended for Sariah Abram, covered on the play by Dion Bell. And the Fire have gone 3 and out once again.
It's 4th down.
Fire have one 7-play drive. Everything else has ended in a turnover or a 3 and out. 4th punt of the contest for freshman Jagger Brockhouse, averaging 28.7 yards per. Savannah State coming after this one. Brockhouse gets away a beauty. Fair catch called for back at the 17-yard line as Brockhouse dials in his best punt and backs up the Tigers to their own 18-yard line.
Received by number 21, A.J. Brown.
This will match Savannah State's worst starting field position of the contest. Correction, this is their worst starting field position of the contest. And it comes with 3:51 until halftime. And we'll see if giving the defense a little bit more real estate to protect is to their benefit after the 44-yard punt by Brockhouse. Joseph Hampton in the backfield. He gets the carry from Adams. Nice job to come up and make the stick. The ball might have come loose. Beanbag comes out. Southeastern has it. And it's Fire football inside the 20. Think O'Marion Jones made the big hit to dial it loose. Let's take another look and see if we can figure it out. Some great second efforts to punch away at the football as the Fire force the turnover. And Southeastern is across the midfield stripe for the first time. Nate Hayden with Devontae Williams in the backfield. Here's Williams trying to bounce it outside. Nowhere to go, and Williams somehow makes chicken salad out of chicken feathers and gets to the 13-yard line on a gain of 6.
It's a 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down.
Take another look because Williams had nowhere to go. Sprinted to the right side and all of a sudden was looking at a team picture of the Tigers and still able to pick up forward progress. Hayden gives it to him again. He takes a big hit in the hole and falls forward to the 10. 3 hard-earned yards by the senior Devontae Williams.
The rush by number 21, Devontae Williams, taken down by number 26, Uchenna Nua.
2:55 remaining in the second quarter. Southeastern looking to get on the board for the first time this season. Lone receiver to the near side, Desi Lester. Fire go big personnel. Here's the keep off the left side. Hayden somersaults over the 10 to the 8-yard line and has enough for the first down. 3rd and 2. I think that's exactly what he got. And it sets up 1st and goal. The gutsy run by Nate Hayden, the 6'1", 209-pound redshirt senior from Flower Mound, Texas. Played at Dallas Christian High School and a Presbyterian. Penalty markers fly, and there is no room to run.
Rush by number 21, Devontae Williams. Tackle
For Devontae Williams, Fire probably going to be backed up anyways.
Flag on the play.
Offside. Defense number 24. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
Never mind. Tavari Bruton was offsides. Ball to the 4-yard line. It's 1st and goal. Lobby at the tight, correction, that's Lucas Williamson, the tight end to the near side with Desi Lester, Shane McLaughlin to the top of the formation. Give goes to the left side. Devontae Williams hitting the backfield and taken down.
Number 21, Devontae Williams.
Great job on the penetration by Amir Phillips, the sophomore from Savannah, Georgia. And it sets up a 2nd and goal.
It'll be 2nd down from the Tigers' 6-yard line.
Savannah State, 14 players on its roster from 10 different local high schools in Savannah. 1:20 to go until halftime. They try Devontae Williams again, and he runs right into the 6'4", 325-pound arms of Tony Roundtree Jr.
Timeout.
And the Fire have to burn a timeout
Their first timeout
as they're
of the
about to
half.
face 3rd and goal from the 8.
It'll be 3rd down from the 7-yard
1:12 to
line.
go in the second. Southeastern down 16-0. Still a 2-score game. Pair of touchdowns, pair of 2-point conversions. All 16 points by Savannah State coming after takeaways. So Southeastern coming off of their first takeaway of the contest, trying to get on the scoreboard. Savannah State fumbling the ball at their own 18-yard line.
Visit Fire Fan Gear stores for great fire gear and memorabilia. Located near the concession stand, the Fire Fan Gear store has many offerings, including t-shirts, hats, decals, and more. Or you can shop
Fire offense hovering over the football. The offensive line from left to right. Trey Dickerson, Cooper Bell, Cody Rand, the center, Debo Masolis, and Dendrick Reynolds. All seniors. Trey Dickerson, a grad student. So some veterans up front on this Fire offensive line. Hayden under pressure, down he goes. Sacked on a free run by Tavari Bruton, the sophomore out of Island High School in Savannah. Had 9 tackles for loss and a sack a year ago, and Southeastern going to settle for 3. So on to attempt the field goal is freshman kicker Joel McGrath.
32-yard field goal.
Prepped at Victory Christian Academy right down the road. 32-yard field goal coming up. Out of the hole to Brockhouse. High snap hauled down. McGrath's kick is good. So the 32-yard field goal by McGrath finds the uprights, and the Fire are on the board with 30 seconds until halftime. They trail 16-3.
Tigers 16, your Southeastern University Fire 3.
6 plays to go 4 yards in 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Joel McGrath's 32-yard field goal is good, and the Fire are on the board. So the short field pays dividends for Southeastern. So all 19 points in this game have come on takeaways. Fire interception turned into a touchdown. Fire fumble turned into a touchdown. Another interception at the 8:15 mark of this quarter turned into a 36-yard field goal, and the Savannah State fumble has turned into a 32-yard field goal. McGrath now measuring off his steps. Teed up between the center of the field and the near hash. McGrath steps into it and hammers this one down the near sideline. It's taken at the 4 on the run by A.J. Brown, who's wiped out on the play short of the 20-yard line. I believe that was Burton Venter coming up to make the stop on special teams. So it's Savannah State with a 1st and 10 with 25 seconds to go until halftime at their own 18-yard line. So another long field coming up for the Tigers. They may just kneel this one and go to halftime because they get the football to start the 3rd quarter. And it does look like this is a victory formation look. Jaden Adams goes under center. 8 seconds on the play clock, takes the snap, goes to a knee, and that will take us to halftime. 30 minutes in the books in season number 10 at Victory Field. And Savannah State has a 16-3 lead over Southeastern. So the Fire with some work to do in the second half as they head to the locker room, having been outgained 114-34 in the first half and have run 12 less plays than their opponent. They've turned the ball over 3 times and are only down 2 scores. We'll step aside for a timeout. We'll come back later on with our first half highlights and get you ready for the second half of play. You're watching Fire Football on SCUfire.com and the Sun Digital Network.
Let's also give a warm welcome now to the Southeastern cheerleading squad, led by Coach Kyle McClellan and Hannah George. Let's hear it for your SUU and cheer.
Welcome to our first Beat the Heat showdown. We have Brianna, and she's going to go up against our very own Heat. She's going to be running all the way to the end. Turn up the orange one, turn up the next one, and make it home. And let's see if she can beat the Heat. Are you ready? I'm so ready. All right, let's go. Three, two, one, race! Oh, she's fast. She's really fast. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, this is close. Oh, but she's going fast. Guys, this is a real close one. What the heck? Oh, my gosh. Check it out. Oh, my gosh. And the Heat has won! Oh no! Let's give it up for the Heat! Brianna, you did amazing. How do you feel? Oh yeah, it was good. You did great, Brianna. Give it up for the Heat!
Fire would like to thank our corporate champions, Coke Florida, South State Bank, the Spine Institute of Central Florida, the Automotive Group, Adidas, Chick-fil-A, Better Homes and Gardens Fine Living, and our corporate partners, Lee Dobbs, Emerald Run Apartments, Peterson and Myers, PA, Polk County Sports Marketing, and Watson Clinic. Their support enhances NAIA championships and academic success for each student athlete at Southeastern University. Head to the concession stand located at the south end of the stadium and grab a cold Coca-Cola. The Victory Field concession stand also features fresh popped popcorn, all beef hot dogs, Primo's Pizza, sports drinks, and snacks. Head to the concessions and get your game day food and drinks.
Let's take a look back at some of our first half highlights. The Fire defense coming up with a couple of big plays in the shadow of their own goalpost, including a pass breakup by Zaire Webb, as well as Joseph Bonga, who also gets in on the action on special teams with a blocked extra point. Also, the Fire defense getting a big play in the trenches. George Phillip coming up with a sack to back up the Tigers early on. Fire defense making a big stop in the backfield also when they were backed up earlier in the contest, then force a fumble of their own to set up a short field and come up with a field goal by the freshman Joel McGrath. 16-3 Savannah State after 30 minutes of play.
What do I press to talk?
So your back channel is what latches on.
Hey, Levi.
Savannah State leading Southeastern by the count of 16-3 here at the intermission. All 19 points scored in this game came off of turnovers. Southeastern throws an interception at the 3:28 mark of the first quarter. Savannah State turns it into a 9-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Adams to Brent Carr. The Fire fumble it on their next possession. It turns into a 4-yard touchdown run by Shamarcus Poole to make it 13-0 after the extra point. Fire throw an interception at the 8:15 mark of the second quarter. It turns into a 36-yard Kenneth Lockhart field goal. And then Savannah State fumbles it at their own 18-yard line at the 3:51 mark of the second quarter. It turns into a 32-yard Joel McGrath field goal with 30 seconds left in the second. That's where we stand, 16-3 in favor of Savannah State, which gets the ball to start the third quarter. Taking a look at some of the key numbers through 2 quarters of play. Savannah State with 10 first downs, Southeastern with 2. Savannah State has run the ball 20 times for 57 yards. Southeastern 14 rushes for 18 yards. 57 passing yards by Savannah State, 16 by Southeastern. Savannah State has run 38 plays for 114 yards. Southeastern has run 26 plays for 34 yards. 3 punts by Savannah State, averaging 37.3 yards per. 4 punts by the Fire for 32.5 yards. 8 penalties in the first half by Savannah State for 50 yards. Just 2 by Southeastern, but 2 very costly ones that kept drives alive. Savannah State with 18 minutes and 37 seconds in time of possession, 11:23 for Southeastern. The Fire just 1 of 7 on third down. Savannah State is 5 out of 10. Savannah State 3 out of 3 in the red zone. Southeastern 1 of 1. Their only time across midfield thus far was on that fumble recovery. Jaden Adams of Savannah State 8 of 18 passing for 57 yards with a touchdown. Leading rusher is Shamarcus Poole, 12 carries, 25 yards and a touchdown. The top receiver is Randy Scott, 3 catches for 30 yards. For Southeastern, Nate Hayden, 3 of 7 passing for 17 yards. He's been picked off once. Rushing, Devontae Williams, 6 carries for 11 yards. Josiah Neos, 5 carries for 11 yards. In the receiving game, Josiah Neos, 2 catches for 12 yards. Leading the defense for Savannah State is Dion Bell with 4 tackles. For Southeastern, Tommy Ibrahim, George Phillip, and Chris Sharp with 4 tackles each here in the early going. Taking a look elsewhere around the NAI, Southeastern's opponent next week, 10th ranked Reinhardt. They were a 36-3 winner over Southeastern's week 3 opponent, Faulkner. Kaiser came up short. They struggled with some turnovers, some giveaways in the first half of their game on Thursday as well against the Division II program at Mississippi College. And the Seahawks a 17-14 loser in West Palm Beach to MC in that contest. Elsewhere today in the NAI, Lindsey Wilson a 51-14 winner over St. Andrews. It was Wayland Baptist knocking off North American 50-14. Concordia Oliver Taylor 54-14. Georgetown beats Kentucky Christian 76-0. In overtime in Babson Park, Cumberland, Tennessee knocks off Weber International 19-13. Bluefield a 34-21 winner over Campbellsville. Marion defeats Judson 40-6. North Central defeats Roosevelt 41-7. And Benedictine knocks off Clark 63-14. Valdosta State defeats Point 63-10. Some other games currently in action. Cumberland's a 27-20 leader at Pikeville with 4:21 left in that contest. A couple other Sun Conference teams in action. St. Thomas is at Stetson, and Florida Memorial is at Edward Waters. A good one in the Midwest as St. Xavier leads St. Francis in Fort Wayne 35-28 with 9:17 to go in the fourth. Ave Maria up in Michigan. They're a 13-7 leader at halftime over Lawrence Tech. Also at halftime, Friends leads Ottawa of Kansas 27-7. Start of the third quarter in Baldwin City, Baker a 26-0 lead over Peru State. Also coming out of halftime, Graceland with a 27-0 lead over Central Methodist. Evangel up on Tabor 7-0 with 11:25 to go in the second. And Missouri Valley leading Culver Stockton 14-7 in Marshall with 13:27 remaining in the third quarter. Teams getting ready to start the third quarter here in Lakeland. Savannah State headed to their sideline. The Fire already to their sideline, getting ready to start this quarter of play. Southeastern will kick off to Savannah State. The Tigers won the toss and deferred their choice to the second half. Key to the second half for Southeastern is obviously to cut down the turnovers. And they have to get something going on offense. Find something that they can hang their hat on. Right now, they picked up a little bit of traction when they gave the ball over to Nate Hayden. Completed a couple of passes to Josiah Neos. But currently averaging just 1.3 yards per play. Defense has played well for the most part. Just had to defend some short fields. (16-3) our score here at the break. Adam Watt pacing up and down the sidelines, clapping to fire up his team to get the second half started the right way.
It's time for the second half between the Savannah State University Tigers and your SCU Fire.
So to kick it off is Joel McGrath. First kickoff went 61 yards. This one a little bit shorter, taken on the run at the 12-yard line. Working to the 25-30 and tripped up from behind near the 35-yard line on the return. For Savannah State was Joseph Hampton, the sophomore running back. So first and 10 for Savannah State at their own 35 as we start the third quarter of play. Up front across the offensive line for Aaron Kelton's squad, Anthony Burba, a junior, Ryan Adams, a senior, preseason all-conference selection, senior center Stephen Wakefield, sophomore guard Kyle Cartwright, and senior right tackle Kyle Frazier, a preseason all-conference selection as well. Out of the shotgun goes junior quarterback Jaden Adams. The give goes up the middle to Shamarcus Poole, and the Fire defense pick up where they left off. They stack them up right in the hole. Leading the way was Jimmy Hamilton for Southeastern, number 45. Helped out by a host of others. It goes a gain of 2 to the 37. Receivers for Savannah State, Deshaun Mitchell, number 17. A senior, Demeek Colbert, a junior, number 15, and Brett Carr, a senior, number 4. Julian Roberts, number 11, the tight end. This time they go a little bit different look with Quavian Bell, number 43, the tight end. Here's Poole with nowhere to go once again. Chris Sharp all over it. And that goes as a loss of 1 back to the 36. Quickly 3rd and long for this Savannah State offense. Up front on the defensive line for Southeastern, George Phillip, Carlos Giordino, Chris Sharp, and Dallas Anthony. Jimmy Hamilton, Jacoby Clinton are the linebackers. Back to passes, Adams throws to the near side, well defended by Bonga, and it's incomplete. I think they were trying to go to Carr on the play, and Carr a little slow to get up. Let's take another look. Bonga, the senior, doing a great job in coverage. Giving up a little bit of height to Brett Carr. Carr able to get up and jog off on his own power. 13:29 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Fire defense force a 3 and out to start the period. Back to punt is Kenneth Lockhart. 3 punts, 37.3 yards per. And an illegal procedure coming up against Savannah State.
Ball start. 80. Offense. 5-yard penalty, previous spot. Replay 4th down.
Back him up to the 31. The penalties, that'll be the big thing that Aaron Kelton talked about with his team at halftime. That's their 9th of the game. Southeastern, 2 penalties, but 2 very costly penalties. Fire could use a big play on special teams here. High, spiraling punt, fair catch called for by Shane McLaughlin at his own 25-yard line. Good piece of kicking there by Kenneth Lockhart to flip the field. 13:20 remaining in the quarter. Let's go back to that 3rd down pass breakup by Joseph Bonga, who's made huge strides since being forced into action as a true freshman. And has had quite a bit of on-the-job training during his 4 years in the Southeastern secondary. 1st and 10 for the Fire at their own 25-yard line after the 44-yard Kenneth Lockhart punt. Nate Hayden on the fly sweep to Devontae Bowie. Not much to work with. Lost a yard to the 24. Up front for Southeastern from left to right, Trey Dickerson, Cooper Bell, Cody Rand, Deeble Masolis, Dendrick Reynolds. Nate Hayden, the redshirt senior at quarterback. Receivers are Devontae Bowie, Shane McLaughlin, Soraya Abram, Grayson Laviad, the tight end, and the running back is Josiah Neos. Snap comes back to Hayden. Nate looking right side, flips it into the flat for Neos, trying to make a man miss, beats him to the outside, down the sideline, has the 1st down. Savannah State trying to say he stepped out of bounds earlier, and it looks like he did, so he is short of the 1st down as you take another look. Hayden wisely going to the check down and finding Neos. Did a great job avoiding the leading tackler so far in Dion Bell. So they mark him short. It's 3rd and 2 at the 33-yard line. Here's The give up the middle to Neos, who has the first down across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Pick up a 3. And the Fire have their third first down of the contest. Trying to string a couple together. Line up in the pistol this time in a 4-receiver set, no tight end. Desi Lester checks in as an extra slot receiver. Wings it far side. Labiad makes the grab. Forward progress will get him to the 39-yard line. Pick up a 3 on the reception by the sophomore tight end out of Celebration, Florida, and Foundation Academy. Sets up a 2nd and 7. 11:45 remaining in the third quarter. Southeastern chasing 13 points. Hayden from the shotgun with Neos on his right hip. Snap comes back. Quarterback draw. Hayden to the outside and taken down behind the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Gary Davis, the sophomore from Cairo, Georgia, running him down near the sideline.
Gary Davis Jr. out of bounds near the line of scrimmage.
Looks like they will mark the ball back at the 39-yard line.
Third down.
Correction, it is a loss back to the original line of scrimmage at the 36. Fire facing 3rd and 9 with 10:54 remaining in the quarter. Hayden, little shovel pass looking to Devontae Williams. He takes a big hit on the play from Tamari Bruton and maybe a yard. And the Fire will have to punt.
Now by number 53, Niles Johnson, and number 24, Tamari Bruton. It'll be 4th down for the Fire.
Jay Brockhouse on to punt for the 5th time, averaging 32.5 yards per. His long today is 44. Brockhouse steps into this one. High spinning line drive taken at the 21 and a fair caught by number 21, A.J. Brown.
35, Jay Brockhouse.
So Savannah State gets the ball back. 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. 10:05 remaining in the third quarter of play. 41-yard punt with no return by Brockhouse. Jaden Adams out of the shotgun. 2 backs in the backfield. Adams runs the speed option to the left side. Toss goes to Poole. Takes a big hit by Zaire Webb at the 29-yard line. So the option play picks up 8 and sets up a 2nd and short for the Tigers.
Second down for the Tigers from their own 29-yard line.
See if Aaron Kelton and company decide to take a shot here on 2nd and 2. 3-man front for Southeastern. And the play blown dead. I think there was an injured player on the Savannah State sideline. Somebody might have been tangled in the chains. And play stopped. Make sure they were able to clear the sideline. Try an option play again, and the Fire blow it up. Jacoby Clinton all over it on the rush by A.J. Brown. Clinton, the 6'1", 210-pound sophomore from Sanford, made 25 tackles a year ago. That's a penetration here by Clinton. Runs right through the gap. Nobody sees him, and he's able to eliminate the threat. So now instead of having 3rd and short at the worst, Savannah State with a 3rd and 6 coming up at their own 25-yard line after the loss of 4. 5 of 11 on 3rd down today for the Tigers. The receiver flinched, and they blow it dead. Now it's going to be 3rd and 11. false start against Randy Scott.
False start. 5. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay, third down.
And the ball to the 20-yard line for a 3rd and 11. It was 2nd and 2. Big opportunity here for the Fire defense. Stephen Wakefield sends the football back to Jaden Adams, who's in trouble, trying to get away from trouble. Clinton has him, able to throw it up, and it was nearly picked off by Omarion Jones. 2 huge plays by Jacoby Clinton as you take another look at the pass rush by the Fire. Good pressure coming from right in the middle as Jacoby stays with it. And Adams just flips it into space. OJ just realized it a little too late. And the receiver became defender there to make sure that ball fell harmlessly to the turf. Fire have too many men on the field. They're able to make the change accordingly as the ball is punted by Kenneth Lockhart. Shane McLaughlin drifts back to his 30, going to try and return this one. McLaughlin to the 40. McLaughlin with a seam to the 45 and is near midfield. So a good return there by the senior Shane McLaughlin. See if that'll jumpstart the offense a little bit. As you take another look at the Lake Forest, California native, drift back, saw that he had a little bit of space, and then just uses his speed to work through the middle and cut back towards the sideline. So the ball resting at midfield, 8:19 remaining in the quarter. 50-yard punt, 20-yard return. Nate Hayden in the shotgun, Devontae Williams on his right hip. Hayden throws it across the middle, has it complete to Leroy Lopez to the 30, and taken down at the Savannah State 29-yard line. 21-yard pickup on the reception by Leroy Lopez, the junior out of Clearwater Countryside High School. Fire trying to go quickly here on 1st and 10. Again, they don't stop the clock on a first down. Try and go back to Lopez. Correction, that's Williams. Gets to the 20 into space, to the 15 as he slips a tackle down to the 14-yard line. 15 more and a first down. Fire go right to the line of scrimmage again. And all of a sudden, they're clicking off first downs left and right. Southeastern with 2 first downs on this drive and 5 for the game. Neos on the right hip of Hayden. Nate takes the snap. Give goes inside to Josiah. For correction, it was kept by Hayden and blown up in the backfield. Making the stop for Savannah State, number 51, Amir Phillips, the sophomore out of Beach High School in Savannah. Fire lose 6 back to the 20-yard line. Lopez slots near side with Soraya Abram. Man into the neutral zone, free play. Throws to the end zone. Hayden looking for the end zone, and he got it to McLaughlin for the touchdown. Hayden with the Brett Favre free play goes to the end zone, and the Fire gets 6 as you take another look.
We have defensive offsides, number 51. That penalty is declined.
Hayden tossed it right to the end zone. The go route by McLaughlin hauled in for the 20-yard touchdown pass from Hayden to McLaughlin. And just like that, the Fire have made it a 1-score game. And now, maybe you consider going for 2 here. As the ball moves to about the 1.5, that's not going to be the case. Adam Waugh immediately holding up one finger.
Offsides. Defense 97. Half the distance to the goal. We will retry.
Joel McGrath on another try. The extra point by McGrath is good. 16-10 in favor of Savannah State. Let's go back earlier in the drive as the Fire started marching down the field. Great throw into the slot for Devontae Williams, who made a couple miss and then broke through some contact to fight forward and get down to the 14-yard line. That's the kind of drive that Southeastern had been looking for all game long. The tempo really worked to their benefit. Once they got that big play to Lopez, they were off and running. So Lopez a gain of 21. That play that you just saw there, a gain of 15 by Williams. The Fire then lost 6 on the tackle in the backfield to Hayden. But then the offside, the penalty, the 10th of the game by Savannah State, gives Southeastern the free play. And Hayden turns it into 7 on a 20-yard touchdown pass to Shane McLaughlin. On the kickoff is Joel McGrath. It comes to the near side. He gets through the hands and into the end zone. And he is able to kneel it for the touchback. So the key there for A.J. Brown was just making sure that he was the first man to the football. There is no safety there, as everybody in the stands is indicating. That is a player safety issue.
Timeout. Media timeout.
Again, the way the rules of football have gone over the years is the committees have basically tried to prevent or offer every incentive possible to not return a kickoff. Along with that is making sure that if a ball is mishandled and it goes into the end zone, that returner is able to still have the protection of taking a touchback. 6:51 left in the third quarter. Savannah State will start 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. You're watching Fire Football on SEUfire.com, the Sun Digital Network, and 93.9 FM WSEU Lakeland. The Fire defense back out onto the field, well rested, with a chance to get their team the lead with a takeaway or a stop. Southeastern coming off of that quick scoring drive. 20-yard touchdown to Shane McLaughlin. Great pass across the middle to Leroy Lopez, set it up on a gain of 21. The Fire pushed the tempo, then they look to the flat for Williams. A lot of yards after catch there to pick up 15 more. A little bit of a miscue on the play before, then a free play. Hayden knows it, McLaughlin knows it, and they turn it into a touchdown. Now the Savannah State offense back onto the field, 1st and 10 at their own 25 after nearly turning it over on a mishandled kickoff. Jaden Adams looking to A.J. Brown, incomplete pass, and it sets up a 2nd and 10. And Savannah State 16 points, taking advantage of 3 Southeastern miscues. They've been limited to 2.64 yards per play by this Southeastern defense. The Fire defense have had to defend 45 plays. Their offense has run 36. Fire mixing up the fronts a little bit. They go back to a 3-man front with Chris Sharp in the middle, Tommy Ibrahim, and George Phillip the ends. Tight end to the right side, and Julian Roberts. Snap comes back to Adams. Quarterback draw. Adams through the middle of the defense, trying to take advantage of the just 6 men in the box. He gets up to the 30-yard line for a 5-yard run. Sets up a 3rd and 5 with 6:27 remaining in the third quarter of play. Savannah State 5 of 12 on 3rd down in this game. three-man front shown by Southeastern. Drop an extra defensive back into the box. Low snap to Adams. Pressure comes, throw across the middle. There's nothing there. Pass was completed to Demick Colbert, but again, a big play by Jacoby Clinton and company to limit that to a gain of 1. And Savannah State goes 3 and out for the third time in this quarter. Let's take another look. Fire forcing a little bit of pressure. Ibrahim got into the backfield, and a great job by Phillip and Clinton to make the stop. So the Fire defense throwing a perfect game here in the third quarter. 3 3 and outs. High snap, and he's wrestled down at the 12-yard line. And the special teams miscue sets up Southeastern as Philip Hamilton comes through on special forces to make the tackle on the punter, Kenneth Lockhart. A huge shift in momentum. Southeastern already had it going their way after the quick strike. The defense gets a 3 and out, and now they start at the Savannah State 15-yard line with 5:15 to go in the third quarter. Nate Hayden with Josiah Neos in the backfield. Give goes to Josiah, spins out of one tackle, cannot get out of the next one, as it's again the big man in the middle, Tony Roundtree Jr., making the stop at the 16 for a loss of 1. Roundtree and company up front have made it very difficult for the Fire to run the ball between the tackles. Gilbert an end at 6'3", 245. Roundtree 6'4", 325. Chisholm 6'1", 280. Jones 6'1", 240. With some pretty good size up front for Aaron Kelton and defensive coordinator Jeep Hunter. Fire going to adjust the play call here on 2nd and 11. Savannah State showing blitz. Now Bell backs out. Hayden to the near side. One hops it to Sariah Abram. 3rd and 11 with 4:30 remaining in the third quarter. Southeastern trying to take advantage of the high snap that turned into a loss. Hayden back to pass on 5 steps. Good protection from the right side to the end zone. Touchdown, Southeastern. Dominic Larry. And the game is tied with 4:22 to go in the third. An absolute strike to a wide open Dominic Larry. Southeastern trailed this game 16-0. They've scored the last 16 points in the contest and a chance to take the lead. Two plays, 15 yards. And the Fire need less than a minute to take the lead for the first time. Southeastern has a 17-16 lead. We take you back to the 1:05 mark of the first quarter when Jaden Adams threw a 9-yard touchdown to Brent Carr, and Southeastern blocked the extra point. There's the difference in the game right now. The Fire have turned the ball over 3 times, and they have a 1-point lead here in the third quarter. Savannah State has turned it over once. However, 11 penalties for 62 yards. And you add in the miscue on special teams there. And the fact that the Southeastern defense has held Savannah State without a first down on 9 plays in 3 drives in the third quarter. And the Fire are right back in it, and they have the advantage. Kickoff by McGrath, out of bounds.
Kick is out of bounds.
So now a special teams miscue by Southeastern gives Savannah State good starting field position at their own 35-yard line with 4:22 remaining in the
Kick out of bounds.
in the third quarter of play.
Ball will be placed on the 35-yard line. First and 10.
Fire fans, if you are sitting in section 202, row 1, today is your lucky day. You just won the Lucky Row giveaway, sponsored by Portico.
Aaron Kelton sends the offense back out, trying to get something going with this group. They have yet to get a first down in this third quarter. Jaden Adams takes the shotgun snap, looks across the middle, floats it into the hands of Brett Carr. And Carr is the spark that they were looking for. A first down into the Southeastern territory. Now Savannah State going to try and push the tempo a little bit at the 43 of the Fire.
43-yard line. Good for a Tigers first down.
Trying to shift some personnel around. Carr to the near side, picked up by Bonga. Snap to Adams, quick screen to the left side. And they call it incomplete, trying to find Deshaun Mitchell.
Pass incomplete from number 9, Jaden Adams, intended for number 17.
3:42 remaining in the quarter.
It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
It brings up a 2nd and 10 from the Southeastern 43-yard line. Three-receiver set. Once again, it's Carr to the bottom of the formation. Ball resting in the middle of the field. Savannah State working from left to right in the white jerseys and blue pants. Give goes up the middle on the run is number 39, Zaire Williams, a junior from Greenville, North Carolina, and a transfer from Lewisburg College, as he picks up 3 yards to the Southeastern 40-yard line and sets up a 3rd and 7. Savannah State 5 of 13 on 3rd down in this contest. Three-man front for Southeastern. 5-receiver set, empty backfield for Jaden Adams. Adams across the middle, broken up and nearly picked off.
Pass by number 9, Jaden Adams, incomplete. Intended for number 5, Randy Scott.
Take one more look at that.
Play by number 0, Khalid Scott.
I believe it was Khalid Scott that came down, read that perfectly, got there a little early, chopped his feet to not commit the penalty. A veteran move by the safety out of Blake High School in Tampa, and the Fire have forced another punt. 2:28 to go, third quarter. Kenneth Lockhart had a hard time hauling down the last snap. This one on the money. Lockhart nose down, kicks it towards the far corner. Fair catch called. It bounces at the 3 and goes into the end zone. Touchback will put the ball at the 20 for Southeastern. So the Fire looking to increase their 17-16 lead with 2:18 remaining in the third quarter. Yard touchdown pass to Shane McLaughlin, 16-yard touchdown pass to Dominic Larry in this third quarter by the Fire. Desi Lester lined up at receiver to the near side. Shane McLaughlin, Leroy Lopez to the top of the formation. Devontae Williams in the pistol behind quarterback Nate Hayden. Nate takes the snap. Here's Williams trying to work his way upfield. Spins off of a couple of tacklers before being ridden down at the 24-yard line. 4-yard pickup by Devontae Williams on the run.
Number 53, Niles Johnson.
And Debo Masolis a little slow to get up for the Fire. Timeout on the field with 2:03 to play in the third quarter. Southeastern leading 17-16 over Savannah State. So Savannah State on their first 3 drives, 3 3-and-outs, which included a high snap And punter Kenneth Lockhart being tackled at his own 15-yard line. That turned into a quick 16-yard touchdown pass to Dominic Larry. 11 penalties, 62 yards by Savannah State in this contest. Masolis off on his own power. Give goes back up the middle to Williams. Not much there. It was Jacob Ford that checked in to replace Masolis. Ford checks in at center. That moves Rand to right guard. Sets up a 3rd and 6 from the 24. No gain off the last run. Man into the neutral zone. See if it's another free play. It is. Across the middle. Lopez unable to haul it in as he took a big hit from senior Kirk Smith in the secondary. However, it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 instead.
Offsides. Defense. 51. 5-yard penalty.
12 penalties for 67 yards by Savannah State. That has basically negated their 3 takeaways. They're +2 in the giveaway takeaway, but too many penalties have helped the Fire keep drives alive or give them second chances. 3rd and 1 as Hayden looks to the sideline for the play call. Has Neos in the backfield. Hayden looks to the near side, throws a strike into the chest of Neos, who's hit out of bounds, and gets the first down at the 34-yard line. Fire get 5 on 3rd and 1. Southeastern changing up the personnel a little bit. Devontae Bowie into the slot right. Grayson Laviad slot near side. Devontae Williams into the backfield with Nate Hayden. Laviad, the motion man, into the backfield. Give up the middle. Laviad, nice lead block there. With Dendrick Reynolds pushing his way up. Williams fired up as he comes out of the pile at the 40-yard line. Says to keep feeding me. And the Fire may take this one into the 4th quarter. Final 20 seconds of the 3rd quarter will fall off the clock as Southeastern has rallied back from a 16-point deficit to lead 17-16 going into the 4th quarter. 2nd and 4 from the 40-yard line coming up when we come back.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, the score, the Savannah State University Tigers 16, your Southeastern University Fires 17. Make some noise to be part of the Fire cheerleaders, and don't miss our next home game against your favorite Stan Jams.
Second and 4 for Southeastern at their own 40-yard line, operating from left to right from our vantage point. 4 receivers set. Motion man is the tight end, Lucas Williamson. Give goes up the middle. Devontae Williams got through the initial contact across the 41 up to the 42-yard line. 2 more on the run by Williams. That's his 10th carry for 43 yards, averaging just over 5.5 yards per carry today. Williams also 2 catches for 16 yards. Third and 2, just underway here in the 4th quarter. Southeastern with a 1-point advantage. Devontae Williams bottled up with nowhere to go, and a late penalty marker comes out.
Number 21, Devontae Williams. Tackled by number 98, William Jones. Flag on the play.
Fire offense staying on the field. They're either going to go for it on 4th down or they know it's a 1st down.
Personal foul. Face mask. 24. Defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
Broken record, 13 penalties, and that one results in a 1st down. They had made the stop. They were getting the ball back down a point. And now the Fire have it 1st and 10 at the Savannah State 43-yard line. I think they're checking the spot of the ball. Should be good. 14-10 remaining. Hayden with a hard count, now looks to the sideline for the play call. Hayden looking near side. Quick pass complete to Dominic Larry across the 40 to the 39-yard line as Dom picks up 4. Larry with his 2nd catch of the contest. Last one went for a touchdown. Hash mark near side, 4 receiver set. Fire get to the line. Now look to the sideline. Hayden looks to the near side again. McLaughlin got a little bit of a pick from Larry to the 30. And the Fire will move the chains on the 9-yard gain by Shane McLaughlin. Shane's 4th catch of the game, 26 yards. He has a touchdown in this contest.
We'll move the chains for another Fire.
1st and 10 for the Fire at the Savannah State 30-yard line. Pistol look with Devontae Williams in the backfield. Hayden gives to Devontae. Right up the middle, football came loose. I think he fell right back on top of it.
21, Devontae Williams on
Cooper
the
Bell
carry.
indicating he needs to come out. He's changed his mind.
And gain of 2, 2nd down.
Ball resting at the 28-yard line. Gain of 2 on that run by Devontae Williams. 12:20 remaining in the 4th quarter. Neos up the middle, working the right hash, just keeps the legs driving. A great job by the right side of the offensive line. Ford and Reynolds, along with Rand, is driving him down closer to the 20-yard line. They mark him at the 22 for a gain of 6, and it brings up a 3rd and 2. 11:50 remaining. Big play here for the Fire to keep this drive alive. Neos bottle up at the 20-yard line. I believe that was Gary Davis, the linebacker, making the stop. Actually, that was 26, Uchenna Nwoa, sophomore from South Cobb High School in Peachtree, Georgia. 4th and 1, Fire going quickly. Hayden out of the shotgun. Now looks to the sideline. 4th and 1 from the 20. 11th play of the drive. Here's Neos for the 1st down. Kirk Smith coming up to make the stop. Take another look as the Fire offensive line makes a big play there. Cody Rand trying to hold up Dion Bell, one of the key tacklers on the Savannah State team, as it's 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Fire ran off the last 2 minutes and 18 seconds of the 3rd quarter on this drive and have nearly run off the first 5 minutes of the 4th quarter on this drive. Holding a 1-point lead, it's Neos trying to work his way through the Savannah State defense and gets down to the 14-yard line. 4 more.
Number 19, Rashawn Dawkins.
Back when the Big Ten was confined to the Midwest in the United States, they had a cliche of 4 yards and a cloud of dust. It's kind of what you've seen a little bit on this drive. Here's Neos again trying to attack off a left guard. Neos slips through one, still on his feet inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. As you take another look, Devo Masolis about to check back into the lineup. The Fire offensive line, we mentioned it, 5 graduate students or seniors just kind of imposing their will as they're about to run their 14th play of the drive. Took a little time to adjust. Again, there's some bigger folks on this Savannah State defensive line they've had to try and figure out. And it seems like it's finally clicking. Now they go to Devontae Williams, a little quicker back, diving towards the end zone. Savannah State thinks they have the football.
Devontae Williams on the carry.
And the Fire get all the way to the 1-yard line. The ball comes out, and the Tigers take over. Southeastern ran 14 plays.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers from their own 1-yard line.
For 80 yards, and they have nothing to show for it. And the Fire have turned it over for the 4th time. So now Savannah State down a point, 9:29 remaining in the contest. They have it at the half-inch line. Jaden Adams trying to get out. The Fire think they get 2. Adams barely outside the goal line.
It's just past the goal line. It'll be 2nd down.
So 2nd and 10 coming up. Boy, the end of that football is just outside of the goal line. Take one more look, and it looked like Adams was just outside of the end zone. He lines up in the shotgun here. Low snap, able to haul it in. Pressure comes, looks to the outside, broken up by Greg Presley as they tried to get it to the outside to Brent Carr. It's 3rd and 10. Greg Presley, a junior from Tampa, Armwood High School, coming up with a big play there. 3rd down. 5 of 14 on 3rd down today are the Tigers. Fire go with a little bit more size, bringing Danny Craig in as a defensive tackle. Adams, pump fake, looks deep ball right side. The defender had fallen down and the pass was overthrown. It's an easy 6 if it lands in the hands of Carr.
Intended for number 4, Brett Carr.
It becomes 4th and 10. Savannah State that close to regaining the lead. So the Fire defense able to stand tall after the offense drove it down to the 1-yard line and fumbled it. For the first time, a turnover has not turned into points. Now Kenneth Lockhart has to punt it out of the back of his own end zone. The Fire have blocked a kick today, and there's been a high snap by the Tigers. This one has to be on the money. It was low, and Lockhart able to fire this one off quickly. It's a short punt. McLaughlin inside the 20, McLaughlin inside the 15, and finally taken down at the 13. So Shane, taking advantage of the line drive punt, knows that's going to create a lot of space for him, and instantly takes it on the run and jets to his right. So now 8:27 to go and a second opportunity for the Fire to try and punch it in. They have 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line of the Tigers. A 28-yard punt with a 16-yard return. McLaughlin slot left. Desi Lester, the receiver, to the far side. Fire go double tights to the right side. Neos hit in the backfield and thrown down. Making the stop for Savannah State, number 51, Amir Phillips. Sophomore out of Savannah's had a big day on the defensive line for the Tigers. Fire going to take out a tight end and put in a receiver, Dominic Larry, into the lineup. Ford back into the game, as now Rand shifts to left guard. Give goes off a right side, little student body right. Neos, second effort across the 15, back down to the 14-yard line, trying to get back what was lost on the previous play. Sets up a 3rd and 12. Injured Tiger on the play is Gary Davis, 5'11", 213-pound sophomore from Cairo, Georgia. Fire pulled the backside tackle on that last play. Try and create a little bit more leverage on the right side to lead the way for Neos. 7:37 remaining in the game. Southeastern with a 1-point lead and knocking on the door. Best drive of the game was their previous possession. Started at their own 20-yard line. 14 plays. They get all the way down to the 1-yard line and fumbled it. Chewed up about 8 minutes of the second half in the process. Ran off the final 2:18 of the third quarter and the first 5:31 of the fourth quarter. Really cut into Savannah State's opportunity to regain the lead. Defense has been outstanding in this second half of play. They have held Savannah State to 20 yards in the second half. 3rd and 11 from the Savannah State 14-yard line. 7:20 to play in the fourth quarter. Hayden, quarterback draw, working the right side, gets to the 10, penalty marker down as a Tiger lost their helmet on the play. This one likely coming back. This will just be the 3rd penalty of the game by Southeastern.
Holding. Offense, 77. 10-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
Debo Masolas hit for the infraction. This will move Southeastern all the way back to the 24-yard line. I'll bring up a 3rd and 21. 7:12 to go. Savannah State scored the first 16 points of the game. Southeastern has scored the last 17 points of the game to lead this game by 1. Defense and special teams carrying the fire early on. The offense has found its rhythm as now Hayden tries to pick up the 3rd and long. Spins out of harm's way, looks to the near side. Trying to go end zone for Larry. It's just overthrown. Oh, the scramble drill nearly netted 6. And now the Fire likely going to try a long field goal here with 6:54 to go in the game. McGrath on for his second collegiate field goal. It will be a 43-yarder. Play clock at 10. McGrath going to have to measure his steps off quickly. Play clock down to 5. Snap, placement made, kick is on the way. It's plenty long enough, and it is good. McGrath from 43, and the Fire lead it by 4. Joel McGrath in his debut 2 for 2 and dials this one in from 43 with plenty to spare. Southeastern with a 20-16 lead with 6:49 to go in the contest. In talking with Adam Waugh during one of the walkthroughs last week, talked a lot about the veteran presences on the offense and defense. And then we get to special teams, where you've got the veteran Gabe Woody as the long snapper, a freshman kicker, and a freshman punter. Those two guys have played well. Jay Brockhouse, first punt, was not great, but he's bounced back nicely after that. Brockhouse averaging 34.2 yards per punt today with a long of 44. And Joel McGrath averaging 59.8 yards per kickoff, 2 for 2 on his field goals. And has made both of his extra points. Puts toe to leather here. And chases the return man, A.J. Brown, inside his own 5. A.J. with some room to work now to the 30 and taken down at the 34-yard line. So a good return to try and spark the Savannah State offense again. This Southeastern defense has been outstanding in the second half. They have conceded a first down and 20 yards. .640 to go. The Aspire defense, which has been so good in this second half, we're going to come up with another big stop here. The defensive line has done a lot of the damage. Chris Sharp, Tommy Ibrahim, George Phillip with 5 tackles each in this contest. Jacoby Clinton has been a game wrecker in this second half with 4 tackles, including 2 for loss. Lead Scott with 3 stops in this game as well. Southeastern in the first half ran 26 plays for 34 yards. In this half, they have run 34 plays for 152 yards. Southeastern in the first half was right around 2 yards per play. They're at about 4.5 here in the second half. Carlos Giordino, Chris Sharp, Tommy Ibrahim, the front 3 for Southeastern. Jacoby Clinton, Trevor Doris, Omarion Jones, the linebackers. Little 3-3 look now by Southeastern. They've gone to this quite a bit, and despite the lower box count, it's helped them spread out the field a little bit and confine the space on the perimeter for Savannah State. Quick play to the near side, catch made by Deshaun Mitchell, and quickly brought down on the play by Zaire Webb. That's good enough to move the chains for the first down. Just the second time in the second half for the Tigers, while resting at the 44-yard line after the gain of 10. Give off the left side, trying to stretch it out. Got through the initial contact and ridden down by Aaron Walton, along with Carlos Giordino. Now Savannah State going to try and hit Southeastern right at the point of attack. They've got this one to the 47-yard line after a gain of 3. Giordino checks out. Dallas Anthony taking over at the end. Jaden Adams waits for the football. Put in an extra lineman as a tight end. Ibrahim with a hit on the quarterback. Pass interference going to be called against Zaire Webb.
Mitchell, flag on the play.
Jaden Adams having a word with Ralph Rodriguez, the referee. He wants roughing the quarterback, but Ibrahim was right in his face as soon as the ball was released. So now Southeastern going to be called for their 4th penalty.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 18. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
And that will put the ball at the Southeastern 38-yard line. 15-yard penalty in college for pass interference.
SEU 38.
So that's Joseph Hampton in the backfield with Adams. Adams rolls near side, throws the long ball down the near sideline. It's incomplete. Try to go back to Deshaun Mitchell. Good coverage applied on the play by Khalid Scott. 2nd and 10, 5:23 to play.
Mitchell.
Mentioned earlier, Kyle Frazier, the right tackle, the senior out of Augusta, Georgia, a preseason all SIAC selection. No matter what Southeastern throws at him today, not nearly the most difficult opponent Kyle Frazier has faced. He's a cancer survivor, was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma in April of 2019, but after chemotherapy treatments, he was declared cancer-free in August of 2019 as his quarterback Jaden Adams takes off on the right side with him leading the way. Enrolled at Savannah State in January of 2020, joined the football team in 2021, and is a 2-time all-conference selection and is slated to do that once again this season. So congratulations to Kyle Frazier on his big win and continued success this season, as his team faces a 3rd and 5 at the Southeastern 33 at this critical junction of the ball game, with their team down by 4. Adams, quick pass to the far side. It's complete. Close to the first down is Brett Carr, and they will move the chains as he's marked down at the 27-yard line.
Tackled out of bounds by number 1, Joseph.
Ahi Aliutukati chucking into the game on the defensive line. Dallas Anthony gets a break.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers from the SEU.
Down to
27-yard
4:40 to go. Receiver to the top of the formation, number 80, Tyreek Mingle, a senior from Statesboro, Georgia. Option play, toss to the near side. Randy Scott on the perimeter, gets through one tackle, does not get out of the second. Good stop made by Aaron Walton.
Number 5, Randy Scott on the carry.
At the 20-yard line. Still a gain of 7 on the pickup.
Tackled by number 2, Aaron Walton.
2nd and 3 coming up from the Southeastern 20. Fire defense really needs a stop here. Savannah State has to get a touchdown. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Jaden Adams rolls right side, well protected. Now he's in trouble, has to chuck it away, and it comes up short of Brett Carr.
Pass by number 9, Jaden Adams, incomplete, intended for Brett Carr.
Good pressure on the play by Trevor Doris. 3rd and 3, 3:43 remaining in the contest. Savannah State down by 4, but they have the football at the Southeastern 20-yard line. They have really struggled in this second half against the Southeastern defense, save for this drive. They had been held to 20 yards and 1 first down up until this drive in the second half. Jaden Adams with Joseph Hampton in the backfield. Adams in trouble, throws it across the middle, and it's dropped. Carr was going to walk it across the line to gain. Field goal doesn't do you much good. I think you got to go for it here. looking for one more play from the defense. Chris Sharp gets a break. Michael Bradley looking back at the other 10 on defense, saying, let's go, make a stop right here. 3:38 to play. It's 4th and 3 from the Southeastern 20. Adams looking near side, across the middle, pass complete for the first down to the 10. Deshaun Mitchell, it's 1st and goal coming up potentially.
Complete to number 17, Deshaun Mitchell. Tackle on the play by number 26.
It is 1st and goal.
Move the chains for a Tigers first down.
Big reception by Mitchell. His 2nd of the game. Had 45 catches for 573 yards a year ago. He's the team's leading receiver returning, which included 3 catches for 35 yards against the Fire last season in Savannah. Draw play, coming to the near side. Hampton to the 5, penalty marker down as Webb knocks him out of bounds.
Number 32, Joseph Hampton on the
This
carry.
is likely the 14th penalty of the game against Savannah State, and it's for a hold.
Holding. Offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty in the previous spot. Replay first down.
Brings up 1st and goal from the 20.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers from the 1st and 20 for the Tigers from the 20.
Stephen Wakefield, the 280-pound senior from Atlanta, the first man to the football. The center about to send it back to Jaden Adams. As Joseph Hampton on his left hip in a 4-receiver set. Adams with pressure coming, completes the pass to Demick Colbert. Colbert gets to the edge of the 5, to the 3, and knocked out of bounds by Khalid Scott. Touchdown saving tackle.
Pass complete from number
Adams
10,
looking to the
Adams.
sideline, fired up with 2:19 remaining, trying to punch this one into the end zone and regain the lead.
Out of bounds at the 1-yard line by number 0, Khalid Scott.
2nd and goal, and I think Southeastern takes a timeout here.
Second down from the 2-yard
Probably just to get their defense a rest and to reset the personnel. This will be the 11th play of the drive coming up that started at the 6:40 mark of the 4th quarter. We're down to 2:05 to play in regulation. So you can start thinking ahead a little bit. Should Savannah State get into the end zone, they would take at least a 2-point, potentially 3-point lead with the extra point good. And then Southeastern would need to get into field goal range with 2 timeouts remaining and under 2 minutes to go to set up their freshman kicker, who has just been successful on a 43-yard field goal. Savannah State offense back out onto the field, trying to pick up these last 2 yards and regain the lead. Hampton, the running back, on the right hip of Jaden Adams. He exits the backfield. Quarterback draw. Adams knocked down at the 1. Good hit in the backfield applied by Aaron Walton.
by number 9, Jaden Adams.
Football to the 1.
Tackle at the 1-yard line by number 2, Aaron Walton.
1:55 left. Savannah State feels confident they're going to punch it in here on 3rd and goal or 4th and goal. Down to 105 seconds to go. They're trying to bleed the clock a little bit. Adams trying to drive towards the end zone, and the 6'4" quarterback is in. No indication yet, though. There it is. So Savannah State has regained the lead, 22-20 with 1:30 to go. Southeastern has already blocked one of these today. They can get to another one. A field goal could win it. Lockhart. The extra point is true. 1:30 to go. The 1-yard touchdown run by Jaden Adams capped off a 12-play, 66-yard drive to give Savannah State a 3-point lead. Fire need to get inside the 30-yard line to even consider a field goal. They have 90 seconds and 2 timeouts to do so. Looking for a big return from Shane McLaughlin. He's delivered one today. He's lined up on the far side, as has Dominic Larry on the opening kickoff. He's on the near side. Kenneth Lockhart measuring off his steps. Back and forth contest. Savannah State led this game 16-0. Southeastern then led 20-16. But Savannah State, a 12-play, 66-yard drive, turns into a touchdown to regain the lead. Dominic Larry with a fair catch, and the fire will start at the 25-yard line.
Dominic Larry, fair catch.
1:29 remaining. So Larry saves a little bit of time by opting not to return and just getting the ball to the 25. Soraya Abram, Devontae Bowie, Dominic Larry all to the top of the formation, the wide side of the field. Shane McLaughlin to the bottom of the formation. Ball hash mark right side. Snap to Nate Hayden. Looking across the middle. Fires short of Shane McLaughlin. Second and 10. 1:26 remaining in the contest. Savannah State has to rotate out Elijah Norwood. He looked like he was injured on the last play. Might be cramping up a little bit. Now they send in Christopher Murray, a junior from Augusta, to match up against McLaughlin. Hayden into the flat for Neos. He hauls it in at the 30, steps out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Gain of 8, 3rd and 2. Clock is stopped with 1:19 to play in the game.
It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Fire.
Southeastern just 4 of 15 on 3rd down. They've turned the ball over 4 times and are still in a position to win it. Hayden with time, steps up, gonna tuck it and run. Hayden headed for the sideline, has the first down and is out of bounds to the 40-yard line. Gain of 7 on the run by the Dallas Christian grad. 1:11 to go. So the Fire get the first down and only use 8 seconds to do it. And they save 2 timeouts. Hayden gets the snap from Ford, looking near side, now looks left, well protected, throw it across the middle, a wide open Devontae Bowie, down at the Savannah State 40-yard line, gain of 20. 1 minute remaining in the contest. Hayden looking to the sideline for the play call. 52 seconds remaining. Hayden, blitz comes from his left, throws it across the middle, incomplete, was trying to connect with Dominic Larry.
Hayden intended for number 83, Dominic Larry.
Larry and Bowie, along with Soraya Abram to the top of the formation. Shane McLaughlin to the bottom. 47 seconds left. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for Bowie again, who makes the grab at the 34-yard line. Gain of 6. Fire have to hurry. 40 seconds remaining. And Southeastern burns their second timeout.
Timeout, Southeastern.
Down to 40 seconds and 1 timeout to go. Let's go back and take a look at that big catch by Devontae Bowie for 20 yards. It starts with the protection up front. Again, Savannah State dropping a lot of players, but look how much space Bowie has, and then wisely just goes down to save a little bit of time. A 3rd and 3 from the 33 coming up for the Fire. Fire have gained 42 yards on the previous 6 plays. 1 timeout remaining. Again, Joel McGrath was good on a 43-yard field goal on Southeastern's last possession. Would need to get down near the 24-yard line for that to happen again. Here's Hayden on 3rd and 3, throws it across the middle. A lot of contact across on the play, and it falls incomplete. Now the game in the balance on this play. 4th and 3 from the 33 with 36 seconds to go. Two lead changes in this contest. 4 turnovers by the Fire, still with a chance to win it. Hayden out of the shotgun in a 4-receiver set. Nate takes the snap, looks to the near side. Pass is hauled in by Bowie. At the 31-yard line, he picks up 4. Adam Wass saying, let's get to the line and spike it. Under 30 seconds to go. It's 1st and 10 at the 29. Hayden under center, takes it, grounds it. 23 seconds to go. Let's take another look. What a gutsy play by the grad student Bowie to go up and get this one. With great coverage applied. A phenomenal play by the 5'6" receiver from Hawthorne, Florida. Now 2nd and 10 with 23 seconds to go. The Fire still have a timeout to use. Back to pass. Pressure comes. Good protection from Dickerson. Throws to the near sideline. Catch is made by Shane McLaughlin, and he's out of bounds. Clock stops with 17 seconds to go. Mark him down at the 24-yard line. Really close to another 43-yard field goal attempt. Hayden looking across the middle again. Pressure comes, pass tipped. Larry makes the catch at the 20. The Fire are going to let it run down and take the timeout and set up Joel McGrath for a game-tying field goal. 7 seconds to go.
And final
Let's take another look at that grab by Dom Larry.
It'll be a 4th down and 1.
Again, had to think quick as he was knocked down on the play. So the Fire get it to the 20. And this will set up a 37-yard field goal to take us to overtime for just the 2nd time in this stadium. What a contest this has turned out to be. Southeastern fell behind 16-0 with 3 turnovers. Took a 17-16 lead. Looked like they were going for more, but then fumbled it on the Savannah State 1-yard line. Got a 43-yard field goal with 6:49 to go to take a 4-point lead. Savannah State comes back with a 12-play drive that goes 66 yards and regains the lead. Now the Fire with a chance to tie it. Savannah State with 3 timeouts remaining. The question is, does Aaron Kelton try and ice the freshman kicker? Hash mark near side. A little bit of wind would be at his back and blowing it towards the near post. Aaron Kelton standing right next to the official, and there's the timeout.
First
Another
charge
new rule
timeout.
change
Savannah State.
is consecutive charge team timeouts will no longer be allowed by the same team in any individual dead ball period. So you know they won't call it again. 7 seconds to go. Southeastern has gone from their own 25 to the Savannah State 20. And they have a chance to kick a field goal to send this game to overtime.
It's your health, your future, your Watson Clinic.
Joel McGrath has been good from 32 and 43 today. 37 from the near hash to send us to OT. Out of the hold of Jagger Brockhouse. The snap from Gabe Woody. The kick is on the way, and it is no good. Missed it wide right, and the Tigers are going to hang on to win. 4 takeaways in the game, and Savannah State ekes out a 3-point win on the road. So the Fire fight back and battle. Took the lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final score.
And Savannah State on one drive goes 66 yards on 12 plays. And it turns out to be the game-winning drive as the Tigers start the season 1-0 with a 23-20 win over Southeastern at Victory Field. We appreciate you joining us for today's contest. We will talk to you again on September 30th when Southeastern plays host to Warner. For all of us at Southeastern University, I'm Donnie Smith. We thank you for joining us. Have a great night.
Lead Dogs, Old Run Apartments, Peterson and Myers, PA, Polk County Sports Marketing, and Watson Clinic. Their support enhances NAIH